Choco Hooligan must be a minute or two early because this bitch out here whining about me being, I think a millisecond. A millisecond? Like, damn it, Choco Hooligan. Life's gonna motivate me to get some chores done and buy salad ingredients because I've been craving a big salad. Congrats, Cher. Yeah, this morning has already been productive for me and Matthew. Ryan, of course, shit his crate twice this week. So we got up, had to clean up the entire dog crate. Last night before I went to bed, I had cleaned the kitchen. We rug washed a chair, cleaned out the rug washer. Then I cleaned all the pots and pans in the kitchen, cleaned out all the old food in the fridge. Just ask the Germans! Damn. So let me tell you before we start anything. So we're supposed to have a guest today, guys, but I don't know if she's able to come on. She hasn't responded. Let me tell you a story. A friend told me this morning. My friend is in another country. She lives closer to Chaco than to me. And she just had a little boy. He just turned a year old. And she's expecting a little girl. My friend is much more wholesome than me in a lot of ways. And she goes to a weekly knitters thing at her local library, right? And she takes her baby. And my nephew, Teddy, he is extremely polite. Extremely polite. Hi, Linda. I shall be constructing the perfect salad. I wish to see this salad. You should send it to me on Instagram. I want to see your perfect salad. So, right? So she goes every Tuesday to this knitters club. Knitting like with yarn and needles. Yes, exactly. She takes the baby with her. Okay, no problem. She's been going now for roughly a month and a half. And by the way, Linda, we're doing the superhero thing today. Hi, Zenyi. We're doing Linda's other side of her commission today. And then if I finish this in enough time, I'm going to start coloring. Where is it? If you finish it in enough time, just because it's been driving me nuts mentally, we're going to finish coloring this bad boy. I think I'm going to at least start it because it's colored pencil. So keep that in mind today, guys. The one that cost me 6 hours on a stream. But anyway, so continuing. So every week she goes, and she has a lovely time with all these ladies. Because a lot of the ladies that do it, they're older. They're not young women. They're older women. Well, this particular week, today, hi, Angelica. She goes, and she brings her son. Her husband drops them off. There's this old lady who is staring her down. She said she had to be easily 80 years old, okay? This old lady's staring her down. But she's trying to be polite, you know, typical Brit, think nothing of it. As she is sitting there, hey, Red, how you doing? Hi, Pink Dolphin Milk. Where you been? But, we missed you. You haven't been around. I know life. But anyway, so this lady keeps staring at Teddy. And she's like, is the baby gonna be here this whole time? Mind you, my friend brings her child every week. She brings the baby every single week to this. And he's a really well-behaved kid, okay? Like this child is all smiles. He doesn't know how to be upset at the world. He's just a happy baby. Every time she sends me a photo, it's of him smiling. It's of him giggling. It's of him giving kisses. He's a nice baby. And his mother is young. She's expecting another child. And the other ladies there, they're all older. They like the kid. She's staring at this baby. And she's going, is it going to stay here the whole time? And Kay is like, yeah. So? And she's like, well, that's not appropriate. He needs to go to a play date. And my friend's like, well, right now in his development, he's not very social, but he does have play dates every Friday. And the lady's like, well, what about when he goes to school? And my friend's like, the education system here is trash. I'm homeschooling my child. This lady goes off on her. Excuse me, but you can't do that. And my friend's like, what? She's like, you have to be a teacher to homeschool. And my friend's like, excuse you? She's like, you can't just homeschool. You have to be a teacher. And my friend's like, no, you don't. Yes, you do. No, you don't. Yes, you do. This woman's interrupting her constantly. I'm like, you're a better person than me already, because at this time, I would have thrown hands at little Edna. Like, there would have been issues to begin with. I'm trying to find my eraser, guys, but I may have to go spelunk for another one because it's not where I leave it. The cat's been fucking around my desk all week. But anyways, right? So then it gets better. Homeschooling and private school are usually the best way to guess. Exactly, Michelle. Yeah, but he wasn't doing any of that. He was on the other side, and he was playing with his little toy quietly by himself. So they end at that part, because then she goes, well, what is his father thing? She goes, you mean my husband? Which apparently the lady was shocked my friend had a husband. Like, excuse you? And then she says, my husband, well, what does he do for work? He's an archaeologist, so he's not a teacher either. Nah, bitch. He's not. She be fucking wild, and it gets better. Let me hold on to make sure I spill the tea properly. What does it go from there? What does it go from there? This bitch keeps going off on her. Hold on, I'm looking right now to make sure. So, oh yeah. So then at some point, the baby wants to get a hug, okay? As children typically do from their mothers. The baby wants a hug from their mom. So my friend puts down her knitting knitting needles, and she picks him up. This lady starts doing this. Is he not going to stay in the pram then? My friend ignores her. Is he not going to stay in the pram then? My friend ignores him again. She does it again. My friend is still ignoring her. Finally, she goes, excuse me. Now she's shouting it. She shouted multiple times across the library, excuse me. So my friend's like, can I help you? She starts going off on how my friend is like, not doing things right. The baby shouldn't be out like that. The baby's going to be, how does she put it? The baby's not going to act right. And then she says to my friend, I don't know why you bring this like this if you're not even going to do anything. Excuse you? I'm sorry, little Edna. I didn't recall that I had to come out and pass everything by you first. And then my friend goes off on her. She says, number one, I bring my child because my child likes it. I come here every single week. And I forgot, and she says exactly what Choco Hooligan just said. What is it your business? She said, I brought him here so I can sit and talk and listen in adult conversations. My project's not urgent. There is no deadline. Also, what business is it of yours? He is not hurting or disturbing you. This lady goes off on my friend. You're being aggressive with me. How dare you? Da 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 da. Well, I'm already complaining to my friend. I said, why is no one? You are in a crowd of ladies, clearly other mothers. No one's saying anything? Well, from out of the darkness, a hand slams on the tables, and Shirley arises. And Shirley tells this old bitch, you're right, it is enough, because she tried to shut my friend down. She went, enough! I don't want your aggression anymore. And that's when Shirley, the law will be on the side of your friend. Right, these hands would be on the side of the law. My Shirley says, you're right, it is enough from you. This is your first session ever being here. You've been nothing but aggressive to her. She's been here every week. What is your problem? This lady starts going, but she said, but she what? But the baby what? Nothing. You making shit up. Surely not. Matt made the same joke, Choco Hooligan. Here, found this. I'd like to return it. It was in my business. Yes. Pink dolphin milk. Exactly. I forgot I had to pass everything by you, Edna. So my friend said Shirley was like, if you're going to be that way, you don't need to be here at all. And this lady was like, I'm never coming back. And they were like, toodles, bitch. And then they all comforted my friend. And when I tell you, Teddy's the cutest little kid in the world, I was just like, guys, when she served me this tea, I was aggressively sipping my coffee. I was waiting on bated breath. What is going to happen next? Most people that we live in a safer world now, but with all the dismantled nuclear weapons and waste around, the threat of nuclear terrorism has increased tremendously. Okay. I don't know what that has to do with a knitting circle and ladies, but you're not incorrect. Don't start none with won't be none. The old woman needed to lean. Yes, exactly. And then she sat there and I'm aggressively sipping my beer. I was just like, I could not believe this little old lady. I really can't find my elastic, guys. I mean, not my elastic, my eraser. But I could not believe how hard she went. And you could tell it was because clearly she just didn't want a baby around. Which, okay, I get it. But once clearly nobody was complaining but you, give up, lady. Like, give up. Get over it. You're not going to get your way. Hold on, 2 seconds. I'm going to run into my bedroom and get my other eraser because this is pissing me off. Hold on, guys. I don't know what I did with it, but I need to find it. Excuse me, Ryan. Eat him out. Eat him out. Lexi, what are you doing now? Alexia, what are you doing now? You what? Okay. Okay. I had to get my brand new eraser instead of my nice worn-in one. My niece is still here, but everyone else has gone home. But yeah, so that's my tea today, guys. That's my tea. And were there any rules? No, there was no rules. That's what I'm saying. Like, there was no rules broken. There was nothing wrong. The kid was being good. Nothing at all. This was purely, this lady was mad and she took it out on my friend. And she took it out hard, bro. Like, no need for what she did. None. But she did it. I don't like children, but I'm hardly going to go off on a mother and her kid unless the kid is doing. That's what I'm saying. Like, my friend was like, it's not like we were sitting high fluffy paws, high insane. She said, if the baby was screaming, if the baby was shouting, if he was being unruly, I would get it. I would be at fault. The baby's a good baby. He behaves. Lady must have been playing Chinese checkers because she lost her damn marble. For real, bro, for real. It'd be one thing if the kid was crying, screaming, and acting a fool, but he was well behaved. Exactly. And the thing is, she partially brings him because all the ladies there love him. Understandably so. He's a charming little boy. And that's why I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you, little lady? My friend said, like, straight up, the woman had to be 80. And I just had to share because I was just like, I was flabbergasted of the audacity of this old woman. I said she probably ain't been late since the Great Depression. That's what got her pissed off. It's the only thing I can think of because why else would you just be that bothered by someone else's existence? Like, I never understand that. But on a side note, guys, on to less drama and more positive. I am 24 people away from 10,000 subscribers! Can you believe it, guys? I know who I have to thank for it. And you guys know who, too. This last jump definitely was given and assisted by the lovely mistress of the cult, Miss Michelle. I've had a lot of help over the last year. Which, can you believe, Choco, insane. I know you two have definitely been here for the long haul. Can you guys believe in 2 months, I'll have been doing this for a year? November 18th will be my year, I believe. She definitely needed a nappy change herself. Oh, thank you, Vivi. Bro, I know, bro, it's been a year already almost. I can't believe it. Not gonna thank me? I said the last jump, nephew. This last jump. Nephew got me the initial 2,500 back in March or May. It was it couldn't have been May. It had to be March. Whenever we did our collaboration. The first jump was when I got my first fat hashtags worked. And then nephew got me the second jump, that big almost 3,000. Yes, I've thanked you several times. And I will thank you again. So, did you really cut your hair? Oh no, I do have to see that. Hold on. Oh no, that's a necessity. I gotta see this. So I've had nothing but help, and that's what I was saying today. You guys, when I tell you it's been nothing but help this last year. So that's why I wanted to know, what do you guys think I should do? Should I do a thank you stream for 10,000? Because I'm literally almost there. Should I do a thank you with a compilation of all the people who have helped me? Should I do an Ask Me Anything? What do you guys think I should do? That was my next step. Remember when an old woman asked me if I was a boy or a girl a few years ago because she couldn't tell. She was sweet as she could be, so I couldn't be mad. Exactly. If you ask appropriately, both. So you think I should do compilation? I like the idea of the compilation, but what do you think, Dolphin Milk? Should I have the compilation as like an intro video and then afterwards the AMA? Like I do an initial call out like, hey, if you have any questions for me, email them to me or whatever. What do you guys think? Leon's about to be in the house. I'm excited to see the haircut. Because I was thinking I could start off with some of my OG followers on Instagram who initially helped me get the jump. Oh, Hara's coming too. My other surprise guest is getting ready to come on too. We're going to enamor you guys with animal talk today, me and my guest. I think you're gonna like it. Try a YouTube poll and take questions from the comments. That's a good idea, Dolphin Milk. Maybe I should do that. Compilation for the ending of the video. I think I should. I think those will be good ones. It's just, for me, it's a big step. I never thought I'd be here for this. I got 1,000 followers through Instagram. I'm about to get 10,000 through YouTube. For me, it's a big deal. Because I remember back in the day when it was hard to get that on YouTube. Like, it's still hard, but I'm just saying, like, you get so many people that are 1 million followers, 100,000 followers. And so for me, even though I know it's not that big of a jump, for me, it's huge because it's like, never thought I'd get there. Whatchamacalls it, though? But did anyone see my second cameo with Michelle? Dude. See, I think it's hard for me, but a lot of people sit there and say it's not that big, and they're right, it's not that big. So I don't try to, overplay it as something humongous, because I think it's mildly arrogant to do that, But whatchamacalls it? I'm just excited. My goal, I think I told you guys that. My lofty goal is 20 by the end of the year. You guys should. It's in her video, I Hate Thin People. Did you get any of her donuts? I have, and they are actually good. So I got the chocolate ones, and I'm going to preface this. I don't even like chocolate flavored things that much. Chocolate cake, yes. Chocolate donuts, sometimes. Chocolate ice cream, hell no. But I got them because I wanted to get something that was protein rich, that was easy for me to grab and eat. And so I ordered 2 boxes of them, and they came, and they were good, guys. Like, they're really good, and they are helpful to keep you full. Yes, she makes protein donuts. I don't know if she ships outside of the US, Chocolate Hooligan, but she has her own company. Like, Michelle's industrious as fuck. No, I only like chocolate. I don't like chocolate flavored. Yes, Zenyi, I do want to see. Are you in my Discord? Join the Discord. Put them in the art stuff. I want to see that. The birthday cake ones are bomb. I never got to have them, Dolphin Milk. I want to try her lemon ones, but I haven't gotten to order them yet. I like Michelle a lot. Honestly, guys, I will tell you this right now. And she and I talked about it the other day. I was nervous when she first realized, like, she put the connection together between the comments and me, and we started talking. I got very nervous. Choco, can you post the Discord link, please, honey? When I first started talking to her, I wasn't sure how it would go. I wasn't sure how she would feel about me being someone that was a follower and now becoming, something else. Where now I definitely consider us friends. But anything is chocolate. And so I was nervous about it. But I gotta tell you guys, she ain't any different from how she is an amazing person. How she portrays herself, that is Michelle. That is Michelle. I just got the lemons. Honestly, so good. Ooh! Okay. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to order them, but, Dolphin Milk. Actually made alive. Oh, thank you! I'm trying. And, okay, guys. This is the big reveal. Who's ready for Leon's new hair? Who's ready? Bring it on, nephew.
You stupid fuck! That's the only way I get on this podcast? That's the only way I get on this live stream?
The only way.
That's the only way I get on this live stream? I gotta lie? Huh?
How dare you?
I gotta lie to get on this shit?
You lie. No, I already invited. Listen.
Fucker, you ain't invite me. You fucking liar. You're a liar.
Are you willing to talk about animals today? Are you?
Sure, I eat them. What?
Okay, because the person coming on, we're about to talk about animals a lot.
Hey, who is that?
You'll see.
Who is it?
It's a surprise.
Ask yourself this. Do you think I give a fuck?
Yes.
No.
She's friends with radio.
Let me speak this language to you. You may have never heard this word before.
I can't with this man.
And what the fuck that mean? What does that do to me? What does that do for me?
Hold on. Gosh. See, I'm so abused.
Oh yeah. And it's compilation, not compilation.
Whatever.
Look at that hair. Thumbs down.
Am I supposed to like?
You were literally on a live stream with her like a week ago.
So?
God almighty. How rude.
Didn't you just say Horomata?
No, I didn't. But now you did.
I feel like you just said horror's coming on and we're going to be talking about animals.
Hello, Horror.
Hey, how are you doing? I'm sorry I left you alone with him.
Boo! I eat squid.
Yeah, so do I. What's your point?
Cannibals are
tentacles
beautiful.
look tasty. Shit.
Yeah. Fry them with some the right breading. I'll eat them. What's your point? I mean, they're delicious.
What do you mean, baby?
Sickening.
Oh yeah, you're right. I should read that off to her. What is it, baby? Send it again. Oh, that's right. Horror, you might actually like this. My husband sent me a text the other day.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this theme will fit perfectly to you. And then we'll get to the introductions. So I can get to it. Because I'm assuming most people know because they're all inside the universe of all of us. Where is it? Damn. Oh crap! It's like way past. There we go.
Oh no.
I was-
He's
It
texted you
was
since
going-
then, is what you're saying.
huh?
He's texted you since then, is what you're saying.
Oh, absolutely. He was a boy, she was a girl. I am a sentient octopus. He was a
The
He did
chat
that
is
one.
asking who the squid is.
I have 8 prehensile legs. He wanted her, she'd never tell. I crept up from the bowels of hell. All of her friends, and those 2 as well, will fall to the seas when the seas start to swell.
Nice.
He was a skater boy. She said, see you later, boy. Neither significant to me. I am a cephalopod, a miniature elder god, and soon my brethren will be free.
That's a good one.
The chat is asking who the squid is.
I'm about to get there. So, guys, if you don't know who this is Horror Emerata, and she is a very prominent Twitch streamer and my tall friend. And she's also an elder god from a different dimension, as you can see.
Also, just a woman with a VR thing.
Yes, that
How
too.
rude he is.
I'm everything and
Oh yeah,
everyone
how
here.
rude is it to tell the truth? There's a problem with you white women. Y'all afraid of the truth.
Are you assuming her nationality just because
Yep.
her skin is green?
Yep. All that. If you ain't dark, you light.
But anyways, so how is your day, both of you?
Oh, well, I've got
4 hours.
construction going on in my house. So.
Ooh. What are you getting done?
My kitchen. I have no kitchen currently.
Ooh.
They're redoing the entire kitchen. So all I've got is a bunch of wall studs and a window. And right now they're putting up the ceiling.
Kind of
So,
like Star Center.
Excuse the fuck out of you? I'm
don't-
fat off of home cooking, sir.
You can't cook. You ain't got no kitchen.
Do you know how he talk? He act like I ain't got no food. Like I ain't got no kitchen.
You don't. You don't cook nothing. I ain't seen you produce no food yet.
Because number one, how terrible is it gonna be the fat person posts all the food she makes? No thank you.
Welcome to social media.
no,
Dude,
see,
I
I
don't
plan
do
to be
that
the
shit.
fat person that posts all the food she makes just as soon as my kitchen's back in.
See?
See, I never did it though. Why would I start now?
Because you're bored.
I post my animals. You get to see my dogs and my cats. My
Your
food is
dogs.
too busy getting eaten.
Your dogs.
My dogs, my animals,
Your kids.
my kitty cats. So the other day, guys, I was on the midweek hump. What the fuck is up with my voice today? The midweek hump with Amarana, and she and I both realized we both enjoy animals quite a bit,
Mm-hmm.
and we may have
I
taken over the
eat them.
stream for a few minutes. we all agree with Ethan. Let me tell you that right now.
Oh yeah, no, I will absolutely eat an animal.
But
That's
y'all
so-
care about animals. Get them.
See, all right. Go ahead. Finish that line. What were you gonna say? We don't care about animals if we eat them, right?
Nope. How the fuck you gonna take care of an animal then send them to the Chinese shop and get orange chicken? I'm sick of it. I don't care about any animal. I eat
I want
any.
my animal to eat
Exactly
happy
how.
before I eat it. That's all.
I will tell you exactly how here, so we can actually see each other. I will tell you exactly how. Are you ready?
No.
I believe in fair
Give me a minute.
treatment
Give me a
of
minute. Give me a minute.
What?
He has to think of something before you.
Here's what I will tell you.
Hold on.
You gonna make me sit here in silence? I don't think so. All right,
He just doesn't want
Amarana,
to
you
hear
go.
what you're saying.
Wait.
He really thinks you're polite enough to just stop every time he does that.
No, he's not through with us.
It's the fact that you let me do that 3 times.
I sure fucking did. Fuck you. The point is,
When?
if I believe, we can win.
Nah, you gonna offer it and take it out. What the fuck wrong with you?
You too far away. I know I'm fat, but I'm not that big. God. So, thank you, Miss Rivers. I think mine can border on Hyena and Ursula, so it can either be really good or really annoying.
Or a dying rat.
Listen. Oh, I hear a puppy.
Hey!
Yes, you do. They're upset because of the construction downstairs.
I also
and they're
hear a
currently
husband.
trying to kill the cat. Well, boyfriend, but
boyfriend. I
He
hear.
hasn't earned that title yet.
I hear. I
What?
hear a significant other of the
Yeah.
elder god.
Come here.
But
Flynn,
whatchamacallit?
great, Sophie, come here.
Sophie right there.
Oh, Flynn.
Hi, Sheep.
Flynn, come here.
Starson says hi, honey.
Hey, Star.
So, whatchamacallit? I believe that if you treat
That's
the
it.
animal
You
nicely
lost
during
your
the fight-
outside the room privileges.
Ha ha! No privileges for you, bitch. I believe if you treat an animal fairly,
Now you're
that's
stuck
the
in here with me.
most involved. So, like,
Mhm.
for
But you ain't
instance,
saying
I'm
much.
gonna have sheep, and I'm gonna raise sheep. I'm gonna make sure they get the best life possible because if I'm gonna benefit off those sheep, whether it be their wool or their meats, I want to make sure that the life they get during that time is fantastic. That's
Yep.
what I believe in.
So you so let me do this. So just
Yes, that
imagine.
includes dogs and cats.
Let me just paint you a scenario.
All right, go ahead.
See if I take care of you, treat you good, treat
Uh-huh.
you nice. I fatten you up and I burn you, I cut you open, I eat you.
Yeah.
That don't
That's
make your
cannibalism.
statement better.
That's
Morbid.
cannibalism. It's
You're
illegal.
fucking morbid. See
but
me,
don't
I'm more
say.
natural. I don't care about
Fellow
animals.
human.
Put the motherfucker in the oven.
Now, there's
some grits next to
an
the
issue
motherfucker.
here, Leon, that you're missing. The fact is not only do I take care of my animals to make me feel good, I take care of my animals so that when I kill them and eat them, they taste good. Because a happy
Exactly.
critter tastes better after it's dead.
Nah,
That's actually really
that's not true.
Uh-huh.
I didn't
Look at how
I didn't
far
seen a
down
couple
south
videos of them
KFC's
chickens
gone.
getting beat up.
Yeah,
That's
and
the
those
point.
chickens taste like shit.
No,
People that
no,
do
no,
that,
no.
that beat the shit out of the chickens, they are always angry. You know why they're always angry? Because their chicken tastes like shit.
Exactly.
If they had,
I got a couple eggs. That's the other why.
No, those are eggs. Those ain't chickens. Those are different.
exactly.
And they came out of what?
Okay.
A
But have
chicken.
you ever had
And it's still
stress-free
different.
chicken? Have you ever had stress-free chicken eggs?
No, they nasty.
And because you don't know how it tastes.
Don't worry about it. Excuse me, y'all white? What are y'all doing eating chicken?
It's
Enjoying
Y'all
cultural
y'all
appropriation. Hello.
y'all air fry the chicken. Y'all don't fry it. Never mind. That's white people stuff.
You
Speaking
know-
of which, Star said, I know you seen that video about them that big ass white family just eating spaghetti on the floor.
No, that fucking shit was nasty.
White.
Wait, what?
White.
Oh my god. So Della posted it. It was disgusting. This dude spreads out a piece of plastic across his lawn. Then he throws like 40 pounds of spaghetti onto the plastic and then dumps like 30 pounds of tomato sauce and 80 meatballs. And then his family descend upon it like starving Armenians, eating it hand and fist. And then they're doing like fucking Lady and the Tramp shit. And I'm
Oh,
sitting there
Jesus
going,
Christ. No, what the
White
fuck?
people.
This
No,
kind
no,
of
no,
shit
no.
is why I am a green squid on the internet.
Yeah, no, that shit right there, you know what that shit is? That's rich people shit. Because that's rich people who are able to afford to waste all that fucking food. That
White
literally feed
people.
my family for 2 months.
He says that
White
like there's
people.
never a single black person who's ever done it. I mean, really.
Yeah, she would. Yeah, never mind. I already made a bad black.
Then they
joke
got
last-
children doing it. Oh, good lord. That's white supremacy right there, making the children do it. Shit.
That is not the problem, sir. It was the method of eating.
No. That entire video is the problem.
He's not wrong.
Also, guys, everyone keeps asking. She is alive and happy and angry that I'm picking her up.
Oh, look at her.
My baby. You'd
Motherfucker
never
fatten it
know.
up and eat it too, huh?
Listen.
If I had to.
See? And y'all care about animals?
My bond to
Type
it.
shit.
It's about survival.
That's the only difference for me, and that's purely an emotional thing. No judgment. However, hi, Animane. On my part, once I bond with the animal, I cannot consume it. That's why I will not own any of my barn animals. I will pay someone else to slaughter the cow. Thank you very much.
So you
Hi.
pay a motherfucker to
Hi,
kill an
Banapart.
animal.
Hi, Allison. Hello, my darling. I really want to think. Listen, you just want to match.
Come here.
My toasty. I always go to call her original, which I think was the Latina Republican. I think. Gone through a lot of different whatchamacallit. She's gone through a lot of different names on Instagram, but I always remember her as my darling because she's just that girl's gorgeous. The toasty with the mosty. You've got to see her Instagram. She's stunning. But whatchamacallit. No, what I was gonna get into is horror. You've done actual dog breeding. You've done adopting out dogs from your
from my home.
Yeah. From your home. You know how to do all of that. When I try to explain to people what it means to go through a private breeder and what it like, when I tell you, people get mad at me. They're like, oh, well, the dog was fine. The dog was this. Or my favorite is when they say the dog was fine being given away to 8 weeks. I was like,
oh, fuck no. Well, I mean, I'll be fair. 8 weeks can be okay.
But
it depends on the puppy. Yeah, 12 weeks is far preferable. I've only ever given out one of my dogs at 8 weeks, and I hated to do it. He was in perfect shape to do it. He was developmentally in a good place to do it, and that's the only reason I did it.
Right.
But realistically, I prefer to wait till 12 every time.
And see, that's what I tell, because I got a lot of friends who adopted their dogs at 5 weeks old, 6 weeks old, 7 weeks old, and then their dogs have behavioral issues. Exactly. And then their dogs end up having like a reactive issue, or they have an anxiety issue, or they have a listening issue, and they sit there and say, "Oh, well, the dog screwed up." No, the dog.
No, you're screwed up.
Yeah, you didn't do the proper thing because Greta. The only reason I got Greta at 7 weeks was because the family Chihuahua was beating the shit out of her, and nobody was protecting it because the mother got aggressive towards the puppies.
Uh-oh.
Because it was a litter of like 17 puppies. It was a huge litter.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that's a lot of fucking puppies.
Yeah, it was a giant ass litter. 2 of them passed away at birth. And the problem was she didn't have enough nipples, obviously, for that many puppies. Right. And they were all boxer pit. And the puppies got aggressive during, feeding time. So they started hurting her. So she turned on the puppies.
Yep.
So they had to keep the puppies away from her. So the dogs were eating lower quality purely because of necessity at a younger age.
Yeah.
See, he's so mad. Now you know why. You want to talk about breeding and anything? Leon?
Chicken, so he has something to eat.
Right? Well, boring.
It's interesting to me in horror. Now you know why I wasn't like I said to myself, is Leon gonna be on this stream? I don't know if he's gonna want to be on the stream.
Anyways, pig lips is pig pussy. Did y'all know that?
No, they nasty. See, now that's a part of the pig that the dog can have, not me.
Pig lips.
Yeah, no, there's
that food that people eat. That's called pig lips.
That's not food. That's trash.
That is food.
I mean, some people eat any goddamn thing.
That is.
So
food.
I won't.
Right.
But some people will.
Pig lips is pig pussy.
Hey, babe, you want pig lips? Okay, good. Make sure Alexia, after she's done with her food, gets on her ELA. She has. Did you already practice on the rug washer?
Yeah, I did the arm.
Okay, try to do the back too, but yeah, make sure. But you know what she'll do. I say it with love, darling. Leon says, "Oh, hi, Ryan. I didn't know that was you." God.
Yeah, Leon, you're boring.
Matt is so used to the animal talk with me now.
Excuse me?
He said it.
Speak up. I didn't hear it. All I heard was Leon, your.
Well, if it was that big a litter, it was actually probably smaller puppies because the mom's dog and the puppies adjust for the number of puppies in the dog.
Oh yeah, Greta was tiny. Greta was a tiny puppy. She was Chihuahua, like micro Chihuahua size when I got her.
Oh God. But yeah, I mean, people seriously underestimate the amount of not just physical but social development that takes place between a puppy and its litter mates and its mother from the time of 8 weeks to 12. There is so much socialization and mannerisms that they learn. I mean, I love watching my dog play with her puppies. Right. She loves playing with her puppies. And it's amazing to watch how she teaches them just to listen and behave in her own way. I mean, obviously, it's not like teaching them to sit and stay. I'm actually working on them with that kind of at the same time a little bit before they go to a home.
Right.
But she's always, she's possibly the least gentle mom I've ever seen because her little pup, she will grab them. She had one puppy and she was grabbing her by the tail and dragging her where she wanted her. Of course, she kind of had to because that little girl was growing up to be at 8 weeks. She was 4 pounds and her mother's only 7.
Oh, damn, she was taking mommy out.
Oh yeah, she was gonna take mama out before too long. She had to find her own home.
Get ready, he's about to shout boring. He's about to shout boring.
We couldn't have that now, could we?
Well, no, sir, we could not.
I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to Haramada.
Do you hear how he
See, when I'm interested in the conversation, you talk about, I'm going to say boring. But now when I'm in a conversation, there's a problem. I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to Haramada. Haramada was the one talking about how she got dogs bigger than each other.
Well, the daddy is 9 pounds. So.
Listen, I'm talented like that, Dan. I got the pull. It's mostly the food, but I got the pull.
She probably just asked, "Do you want to come on the vlog? Can you talk about dogs?"
That's literally exactly what I did.
That's exactly what she said, actually. And I'm like, hell yes.
Exactly. I said, "You want to go be crazy about animals on stream?" She's like, yeah. Yeah, it's so fun.
That's exactly what I want to do. Yeah.
Because it's like, the problem is that it's so rare to find other people that are obsessed with animals like I am.
What are you talking about? You got me. I eat them. You caress them. I eat them.
We're talking about both and caress. Excuse me.
Caress, pet, take care, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Caress, he says. Ew. But the point is, it's a matter of, I get very frustrated. Like, I get a lot of people like, my cat's an asshole. Your cat's not an asshole. You just didn't teach anything. And this is my one thing I tell them all the time. Well, my cat doesn't like me. Okay, do you pet it? Do you hug it? Cats don't like that. Okay, if you raise a child to believe it never needs to be hugged, never needs to get told I love you, and every time it comes near you, you go, ugh, is that kid gonna want to hug you?
Hell no.
Yeah.
Cats.
Better be fucking obedient, you my sperm.
Oh my god.
I mean, I'll admit my cats are assholes, but I like them that way.
Right. You want them for that certain reason.
Oh, really?
I have 2 cats, and they're both really good mousers. One's totally indoor. The other one, despite my best efforts, has managed to make himself his way out every day because he's a little bastard.
That sounds about right.
But, they're both really loving, too. I mean, Vincent is the only cat I've ever had that will literally, he'll flop over on his back for you to rub his stomach, and it's not a trap.
Oh, yeah?
See, almost all my cats are cool with the belly. But again, I raised them that way.
Oh, did you?
And, yeah, I saw. All right, Pluribus, I'll get that in a minute, honey. Whatchamacallit. That's what I tell people. I'm like, if you raise them properly, if you do everything right, your cats will be very friendly. They'll be more amicable to things like that. They won't get upset about things like that. But if you're forceful, or if you don't like them at all and you don't treat them like the pet they are.
In which case, why'd you get a fucking cat, you moron?
Right. To eat it!
That's like you're Chinese. Goddamn.
See, she made the joke. I didn't. See? Yeah, see? See? I ain't made the joke.
That was something. This motherfucker sends me a picture of a little video.
I sent you 3. Get it right.
No, the one of the cat. And you sent me
saw the one of the duck?
The duck is funny. That one was fucking funny.
But you laugh at that, but you ain't gonna laugh at the cat one?
I said, because you got it wrong. Because
I didn't make the video. The fuck, I didn't get shit wrong.
He's like, see, I told you. These people were so lying. It's a cat in embalming fluid. It's a cat that's going to a veterinary school for dissection. You could tell it was for dissection, but clearly someone threw it out.
Please explain to everybody how you figured that out.
I knew automatically when I saw it.
No. Tell everybody what you told me as your deduction to figure that out.
Well, the back of it didn't look like the back of
No. That wasn't it. That wasn't it.
The back of where you were, where the dumpsters were and everything. I said,
you motherfucker said a dumpster.
Yeah.
What a great indicator. You couldn't see shit else.
I've worked at enough restaurant dumpsters, especially I worked at 2 Chinese restaurants.
But it wasn't at a restaurant. I wasn't at a restaurant.
Exactly. They were behind the fucking school where they threw out.
Exactly. Fool.
What? It is? What's there now?
Them dead cats.
Aw.
Apparently, Toasty needs you to tell her her Instagram name. She's trying to log in but can't remember.
Oh shit, that's oh shit. Hold on. Girl, that might take me a minute. I follow a couple of thousand people now.
Oh, you're a little popular, aren't you?
A little bit.
Lame.
Just likes to spread the love. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I sure do. There's enough of me to spread anyway.
Fuck love. Free my dog, Andrew Tate.
Oh my god. I can't with him. That's a man that I will say I believe he's putting on an entire show.
He is.
It's a whole ass show.
Like,
but it's still annoying.
If you want to prove that point, go watch when he talked to Hassan.
Hassan is a clown. No matter what, anyone will play off of Hassan.
I didn't ask your thoughts about Hassan. I told you, if you want to see the character of Andrew Tate completely fall apart, watch that motherfucker talk to Hassan. Hassan gave that nigga basic logic, and Andrew cracked. And it was at that point, I was like, yep, you caught.
Oh yeah, when Andrew gets confronted too much, he just drops. I've seen in not just Hassan, there was somebody else, and they asked him a point-blank logical question, and he just literally repeated the exact same thing. Just kept repeating it over and over.
He couldn't do it. But hey, top G.
I hadn't heard anything about him until the other day, and I watched somebody's in-depth video on him, and it was like, huh.
He's a top G.
Well, that was the funniest part. Like, you had a lot of people out of nowhere talking about him, so that was a brilliant marketing strategy. In and of itself, he got people talking about him.
Hey, and better than that, motherfuckers gave him money so he could tell them, go talk about him. That's the hey, say what you want. That man got his money off a couple of gullible
Sure
people.
did.
Yeah.
That man
I'm trying to
said-
find it, honey. It might take me too long because I'm looking up all the letters that you used in your names before.
Horamada, think about this. A grown man whose audience is a bunch of low self-esteem
Little boys.
men and teenagers.
Mm-hmm.
And he tells you, sign up to my Hustlers University. You can make millions. You spend however much money to get enrolled in that. You don't even learn from him. And the whole strategy is, hey, get other people to come in. And all of y'all just start posting me everywhere. The man won. Like, yeah, he got banned,
Yeah.
but let's not act like he ain't walk out with a bag.
That's smart.
No, he's got a bunch of money, unfortunately.
It
Me,
certainly
unfortunately,
adds up.
it's beautiful.
A lot of real dumb people out there. That's all I can say about that.
That's just people.
The problem is hard, and I've realized because spooky based chick. Toasty, where are you? You're a spooky based chick. Chick with a C, just a
You
C.
have 100 messages today in the restream chat.
We do.
Yes, Gecko, the shit just popped up.
Oh, it doesn't tell me that. It just shows comments. But yeah, that's that. Yeah, I found you.
I like how nobody could see that because the screen was too bright.
What?
You tend to get snippy at me when I just come in and I'm like, hey, people can't see that
He thinks it's snippy.
because every time I tell you something, you get mad.
No,
I
you heard me mad.
I ain't see that fucking border on this channel no more. I know that.
I turned it off literally just for this.
Mm-hmm.
But as a matter of fact, since I got it all set up like that, hold on. There you go. Now it's back.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And you know
I
who
know,
brought
right?
it back? Me when I said something.
I
You're
literally
welcome.
fixed it because
You're
of
welcome.
you.
You're welcome.
You know how fresh he is to me, horror.
You know, he's young. He's got too much energy. Someone needs to take that boy for a walk.
Right.
Ooh. Don't say right to that. You know damn well I ain't got a lot of energy, start saying.
Not right now, but just get him going on something.
Don't get me going on nothing. I'ma sit here.
I have literally watched you march across an entire room miming an entire marching band. Don't even with me.
Hey, y'all tested me and y'all woke me up. I don't like when I despise when motherfuckers say I'm wrong. Then I gotta prove them. I gotta prove them.
Yeah, but when I prove you wrong, you just keep changing it till you're right.
Hey, duh. That's the entire point.
No,
It's
it
all
is
about
not.
winning.
It's all about thank you. It's all about winning. Y'all watch these damn debates.
Don't help him, horror.
I'm not
Y'all
helping
watch
him. I'm
these
setting him
damn
up for later.
debates on YouTube all the fucking time. Do they win? Do they change the world?
When
No.
you see me on
They
debates?
bitch for an hour and then get on Twitter and bitch for 2 more
See me on
days.
debates. I need you to point out where I was on one.
I don't know. I could probably find something.
You won't.
'Cause
One matter of fact, hold the fuck up.
Oh god.
Time out.
He's
think
gonna
I do
pull
got
up
something.
one thing where I was on a actual stream with Gothics and that idiot Avalon came on. I knew exactly what you were gonna pull up.
I'm glad
We
you
were
said
in a
that.
debate.
That
I
is
was-
that is exactly what you were looking for. You were a part of that. Don't act like you wasn't. Yeah, your face wasn't on there, but you were a part of that.
And did you know he has tried to get me to come on and debate him afterwards?
Exactly.
debate him about what?
So
Because he wants gotcha. Because again, he thinks that Vanessa pays me to be her friend.
Oh God.
you are white.
I know I am white. I'm the token white friend for all of them. So first off,
And
he
I'm your
believes
token nigga.
Ew. He has literally told people on his videos that I am a weird simp that white knights for Gothics anytime she has an altercation online, which I don't. And
I mean,
two,
you are weird.
I mean, but there's a difference between the weird.
There's nothing
people
wrong with
talking
being
about-
weird, though.
There's a lot
Exactly.
wrong with being weird.
Yet you're here.
Exactly.
Oh, he froze.
You did.
Yeah, I did.
Rose and crashed hard.
Yeah.
Ouch. Do you know? Okay, I don't know why that reminded me of it, but let me tell you something. So I've been really curious about Disneyland lately, just because every time I hear people talk about it, it sounds like a convoluted place to visit. Like it's very complicated. Yo, going to Disney is like planning out a mathematical equation.
It's
Mhm.
really not.
It really fucking is, dude. I listened to somebody describe all the
It's-
different.
that. You listen to somebody, but I
an
went.
expert on
But I
Disney
went. But I
literally-
went. And it wasn't that
Okay.
hard.
How
Huh.
long
Okay,
ago did you
no,
go?
no. We aren't gonna go by you because you probably just went in, bought one park ticket, went
No,
on 3
fool.
rides, ate food.
I
and
spent
walked
4 days at Disney World, not Land. World. 2019. Since
That was
everybody,
before-
since you
This
ain't
is
been to
now.
Disney World since everything was all black and white.
Okay, that
Matter
is
of fact,
accurate.
I don't
But
even
still,
think you been. Have you been?
I went in 1991. Thank you.
I think I went in 1994.
And what I'm
Yeah,
saying is,
94.
they were discussing how the tickets work, how the park hoppers work, how you've got to get different tickets for the nighttime.
Yes.
How you get different reservations,
Yes.
different bracelets. And I was like, this is ridiculous. And then if you want to get on the ride, you're going to pay for each individual ride on top of the fucking park ticket. If you want
Yes.
to get ahead of the line, you got to pay for that. I'm like,
Yes.
this is bullshit.
Yes.
So what's the point of paying to get into the park if you got to pay for the ride?
To fucking enjoy the magical world of Disney. Horror. What's wrong with this lady?
Nothing. She's right.
Thank you. Axel.
Convoluted is what you are.
Axel.
What's the point of paying for it? Like the fucking magical world of Disney is not the whole reason you there.
I
Axel.
mean, they've actually picked a very nice monetization scheme. They picked, they convince people to pay just to get in the door and walk around. They've
Exactly.
convinced people to pay to eat. They convinced people to pay to drink. They convinced people to pay to stand in line. They've convinced people to pay to get to the front of that line.
Yes.
And not only did they do that, they convinced people to pay to get in the morning. They convinced people to pay to get it at night. They've convinced people to pay to get in the shows.
Yes.
So
Everything.
in terms of monetization, they have done an excellent job.
And
If
I
you
salute
wanna get
them.
to a certain area just to get to the fucking whatchamacallit, fireworks, you got to pay for
Mhm.
that.
Yes. What's the
Yeah.
problem?
The
It does
problem is
make
at
it a little
some point,
difficult to
people have be
plan
able to afford it.
sometimes. But, I mean, there are people out there who can afford it, or else they wouldn't still do it. Honestly,
Yes.
they make more park money off the parks than they do off the movies anymore.
I know.
Yes.
And it is ridiculous to some degree.
If you
But
can't
But at
go,
the
then
same
don't
time,
go.
people keep feeding the monsters, so
If you can't go, then don't go.
I just don't want to go.
I do
See?
want to, though. I can't lie.
See, Hormata knows she can complain and not go. You complaining and you want to go. How that go?
Because I'm not going, though, am I?
Hey, sound like you need
Hey.
to get your money up, not your funny up.
I'm going to Vegas instead.
Vegas is more fun.
So you gonna throw your life away at Vegas, but okay.
Have you ever been to Vegas?
Yes.
Okay, what did you do in Vegas?
Got drunk. Okay.
That's not what I do.
What you gonna do?
What do you
Stand
do?
there? What?
Axel, for fuck's sake. When I went to Vegas, I tried, but he kept pushing more onto the drawing. Like, damn it.
You go to the strip club? What's that?
Nope, I didn't gamble. I didn't drink. I did not go to strip clubs.
So you just going to stand there, man?
So you, in other words, didn't look at a damn thing in Vegas besides naked titties and drinks.
Oh, what else I'm supposed to look at? The historical landmarks? Excuse you?
Yes. So first
No.
off, there's museums, there's historical landmarks, the
That-
actual casinos.
I'm there for the strippers.
You can go to the zoo. You can go to the aquarium.
I can go to the zoo. I can go to the aquarium here. Boo.
You can go to the shows, which are so much
There you
fun.
go. Hi, AJ. That is my newest patron right there. I will never take my daughter to Disney. Nope, spiritually dark there. And maybe it is. It's just I went back when it was so small. Part of me wants to go just to see what it looks like now. But when I hear just how much it will cost, I'm like,
Maybe it is a hellhole. Maybe it is Satan's landscape. But I just want to go.
You know, sometimes you just want to see something totally horrible and soulless. That's why we keep you around.
Yeah.
he won't even deny it. He'll be like, "Whoa."
What the fuck am I gonna deny it for? What you mean keep me around? Nigga, I'm here to stay.
We like the nephew.
Sure.
He's a little bit of a pain in the booty. but
These
I
young
like
men need a real role model, so I'm here.
That's right. You're not.
I'm gonna teach y'all how to just not care about any of this shit. Y'all trying to impress
Not
women. Y'all
caring's
trying to get
easy.
attention.
Caring's the hard part.
That is the hardest part. I went back in the late '90s. We went in the early '90s. Me and Amarada. So we're reminiscing about the old days, I guess. One of my friends, I tell this story because I find it so funny. She was sitting there going, "Well, you know that the pavilion." And I was like, "What?" She goes, "The pavilion where you can go to Japan." And somebody said that didn't exist. Well, what about Animal Kingdom? Like that didn't exist.
Nope.
So she kept going off about all these different places, and I'm like, Ange, when I went, those didn't exist. You went on Dumbo, you went on the teacups, you went into Cinderella's castle, and you went and met you went into the jungle place. I said there wasn't that much. Like Disney was bare bones up until the late '90s.
I went to Space Mountain and the Splash Mountain and the Star Wars ride and
If I rule the world,
the Tower of Terror. Was that what it was?
And now
Or is
they're
that the haunted
switching up,
castle?
Because the Song of the South, they're getting rid of some of it.
Ah, that's so sad.
Ha, zippity doo dah.
But whatchamacalls it? Yeah, it's gonna be now fucking A. Tiana's Bayou thing.
Oh Jesus!
Now
Of course.
Space Mountain was fun, I'll admit.
No, I never saw a value with
Y'all got a problem with a black woman being at Disney?
Absolutely. Haven't you heard? We're racist because we're white. Naturally.
Exactly. I mean, we don't even like you. We're just
Yeah.
fetishizing you.
Exactly. We're tokenizing and fetishizing you, nephew.
Yeah, so say the N-word.
You're doing it for just to get a few extra views on your stream.
Right, of course. There's no other reason. I couldn't possibly like him as a person. That's not even
No.
possible.
There's only one person who's ever heard me say the N-word, and that was entirely on accident.
Ha! So she
You
said
meant to
it.
whisper it, not shout it.
I was reading it. I have this issue where if something's on the screen and I start talking and reading
Excuse me?
it, I will read whatever's there out loud. And he
You
was
made a
showing me the
mistake.
tweet that got
You
him
really
banned,
shouldn't have
and
told
I read
Leon
it out
that.
loud.
You
Alright, so
really
look,
should.
I'm about to send you a quick little
Leon.
DM, Horamada. I'm gonna need you to read that in full.
Yeah, no.
I need you to read it out loud for
That
everybody.
was
Not
literally
happening.
the worst thing you could have told him, Emerald. I'm not even joking.
Linda, don't try to help him.
Linda, don't try to help him.
You sure?
Leon is easy on the eyes. Damn, Linda. All right, I guess we must admit what things are. Leon's also a cute kid, so.
Yeah.
Duh.
But I have only cute friends, so it's all right.
Argasul.
Arcus! See, we know Ark is definitely going to troll you, Emerald. That's without a doubt.
People are going to start putting that word in places and just to see if they can trip me up again.
People are totally going to use that against you now.
He has a great smile. Oh, see?
Yeah, but you do. I mean,
Your
when have I
fucking
ever
chat
told
love
you
me.
you're not good looking?
Y'all fuck ass.
When have I ever told you you're not good looking, nephew? Name one time.
I could probably find it.
You'd have to real look hard because it never happened.
I'm pretty sure that Della live stream we did got something in it.
Della probably said you was ugly, but not me. Listen, honey, that's because I
You be
married
hearing
you.
shit and you be nodding your head off to the side.
No, I was too busy choking on my food.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was doing, back when everyone was hating on me. Although I will say, whatever you're gonna say now, I don't care. Thank you for defending me the other night on Red Stream.
Aww.
Well, because you gotta even ask.
Oh, because I was trying to join in.
People was getting mad at me just because I had blue hair. Like they were not listening to a word I was saying.
That because you white. You got blue hair. Nobody would listen to that.
Actually,
That's the thing.
Flat and white. That's the problem.
Black people always have great teeth. Right. Because white people always got these crooked yellow monstrosities in their mouth. Fuck. Y'all ever heard of Crest toothpaste? Listerine?
Have you heard of fluorosis?
See, that's why your shit the way it is. I don't even know what that is.
Get educated.
No.
That's from drinking too much water with fluoride in it.
I just want some coffee.
See, that too.
I cannot do anything about that. I don't even know where you're located, Emerada. Are you like in my?
No, I'm in Montana. I'm on the way over there on the other side of the country.
You're over up in them. I have a friend who lives in Montana.
Oh, nice.
Never finished.
The week
Master got
after
me
she
working.
moved to Montana. Okay, you ready for
Sunday
this?
Master
The
set
week
me
after, and she had to
free.
camp in Montana because her house hadn't been bought yet. I get reports on my phone of a woman being mauled in her tent by a bear.
Yeah, that happens all the time.
Fucking blowing up her phone. Like, please tell me this wasn't you. She was like, no, but it did happen about 10 miles from me. I'm like,
Yeah,
God.
gotta be careful when you're out there in them
Sunday
woods.
Master set me free.
Not yet, Leon. I still need you.
See,
You know, my brother used to sing that song to my mom whenever she'd make us do chores.
Sounds like some shit my brother would do.
That's how I know the damn song. My brother would just go, Master got me working. And then
please. Did you see what I posted of that song, Starzan?
No. When did you
Jesus
post
Christ.
it?
Jesus Christ! I need you.
He's getting mad at me for being on the internet when I'm
No,
not.
no, Dick. I'm saying you gotta hear this shit.
Oh God.
Matter of
Let me
fact,
hear it.
I want the
Wait,
whole
is it gonna
chat
get
to
me
hear it.
demonetized?
Probably.
Okay, then
On
don't
the
do it.
plus side, it's old enough that it's probably not copyright anymore.
No, I'm talking about the content. Like there might be a word.
Oh,
Dude,
yeah.
I mean, I say these words. They're not slurs.
I don't see.
No.
Oh, Moon! Hi, Moon. No, she's not visiting the house. Damn it! Orion's like, oh, a person's here. No, motherfucker. God.
Hey, Moon.
She's our little sweetheart.
Yeah,
Our?
I've seen her little drawings. They are so adorable.
Are they not the most precious thing? Oh my God. Moon must be protected at all costs. She's my favorite child. Like that's the joke. That's the running joke in my Discord. Moon's my favorite kid.
Suck it off till I shake and come, nigga. Make sure I keep busting nuts, nigga.
Oh my God, Richard Cheese!
Face and stuff. So head show me so much love.
Oh my God, this man. That's one of my husband's favorite singers. He loves that man. Richard Cheese!
Richard Cheese is good. Hey, growling.
That Richard Cheese did his rendition of The Sickness, and my husband.
Oh God, I love that one.
Get up, get down with the sickness, and I'm just like, God Almighty. My favorite is when he did Lady Gaga. Did you hear that one?
I don't think I've heard that one.
She doesn't even know where she is, ladies and gentlemen. She is lost at club, and he's just sitting there like lounge talking about it, and it was just so funny. I love it. I love it. I did hear that. I didn't realize what you were talking about, Leon, but I did hear that, and I fucking love that, man. See, that's the kind of music I can get behind. Why do I feel
Oh,
like
really? Music with the N-word in it? You're white.
Yep, that's it.
I'm telling you now. I'm waiting for somebody to do it.
What?
White people listening to black music? Hmm.
Oh, they already do that. I can absolutely promise you that's already out there.
That's
I
been
need
happening
it.
since I was in middle school.
I need it. I need more of it.
I need more. Listen.
Oh heck,
all you
I
gotta do
know
is go to
somebody was
MySpace.
recently canceled or banned for singing along to some rap song with the N-word in it.
Ha!
That happens like once a week.
Yeah.
See, for me, I wish Leon grew up in the age where Wiggas was a thing.
Oh my god.
I think he would have had a field day.
Those people.
Do you
Those
not
people.
remember
Oh my God, those
Nintendo
people.
being like, it's Wigga Wednesday?
Nope, I think I missed that particular spot in history.
What?
I definitely missed that one. Yeah.
What? No. I
You need
refuse.
to enlighten us.
I refuse to let this be the rest of your
Don't.
life.
I want to know.
So, Nintendo, the official Nintendo Twitter account. Now I need it. Now I need to find it. Because like every Wednesday, somebody will do it.
Oh god.
Nintendo.
Well, I haven't had that word. I know, right? Pretty fly for a white guy flashbacks exactly like
Oh,
I
God.
remember.
Check your Twitter stars at.
Oh god.
I'm having flashbacks to high school when the boys thought that they were in gangs and shit, and it's like, dude, you live in rural goddamn Montana. Are you insane?
Yeah, the gang was the KKK. Ding 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 ding.
They didn't even do an A, they did an ER. Oh, that's even worse.
Oof.
And yes, that was a real tweet.
What year was that? Shit. They won't even tell me.
Had to have been somewhere between 2014 and 2016.
Oh my god, no older. Because I'll tell you what, that had to be in the early 2000s, like 2006, 2007.
It was
The
not
early
2006.
inclination. Whenever Twitter first came out, I'll tell you that it had to be. Because
It was
damn,
not.
Yeah.
that's not right. That's not right. Lord save them. They need Jesus. They need Jesus. I feel old too. Right, babe? Right? Let's see. What a chocolate. You gotta enjoy. You gotta enjoy Street Notorious B.I.G. Right? I can't fucking believe that. What, baby? What?
G Unit.
That's an old.
That's old.
That's
Damn.
old. You know, my husband can't stand when I remind him of how old we are because he is 6 years from 40 and I am 5 years from 40. And
I
he don't
am
like it.
40.
See? You don't listen, girl. I thought you were younger than me. You don't look my age. You don't look my age. She is an elder god, so she's technically older, but
It helps. Yeah.
it helps. Alicia Nerby is ancient as your wife. How dare you, Sponge?
By the way, her
Yeah, your complexion is fascinating. It's so good. He thinks it might be CG.
Ooh.
Choco pumpkin. Yes, pumpkin spice season is here. My basic bitchness is coming out. Do you want to hear how basic
See, I
we
like
are?
the pumpkin, not so much the spice.
Oh, I love both. And here's the thing, right? My sister-in-law and I are planning a whole ass day. We're gonna go out and sample all the new releases of pumpkin spice around town.
Nice.
We're definitely going to be little white women, and I have no problem with that. I have zero problem with it. Nah, bro. Elder goth supremacy. See, I want to get an elder emo and an elder goth shirt for my husband and I.
Oh, that'd be
For-
fun.
Well, because we're going to the festival in October. And
Oh.
well, that's why we're going to Vegas, right?
Oh, cool.
Yeah, we're going to the When We Were Young Fest.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I've seen that. Yeah.
Uh-huh. And I love that
I
when we
thought
did
about
it,
it.
everyone's like, is it real? I was like, well, we're gonna find out. And so now we're just getting ready. We've got almost everything set up. But let me tell you something, guys. Flying in a fucking plane, I was willing to go and have the disrespectful amount of pain flying on Spirit or what was the other one? Frontier Airlines. They don't even let you have free carry-ons anymore. You got to pay for the carry-ons too.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, are you serious? They use the same exact bodies of the plane as Delta and American. So it's not like you don't have the same exact fucking storage.
No, but they really want to discourage it. Plus, they want to make more money off you since they're making so little on the
Oh yeah,
airline ticket.
So I'm like, well, at that point, because the thing is, if you pay for the carry-ons, it's gonna end up being as much as it would if you just pay for the regular tickets that already include it.
Mm-hmm.
So why not have a much more comfortable flight and do it that way?
Yeah, that's basically where I am. My
Yeah, that makes
issue
me
is,
oh, go ahead.
if you go right now, it's like if you fly, and so you get your personal item, you get your carry-on. If
Right.
you decide to check a bag, you have to pay. But if you wait until you get to the gate to check your bag, it's free.
Are you serious? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Well, it's free because they're having problems with the amount of space on the plane and check bags. So they are trying to encourage people to check their bags. But if you try to check your bags, if you're the responsible person and you decide you're going to check your bags before you get on the plane, before you even get to the gate, you have to pay them for it. But if you wait until you get to the gate and they're like, oh no, we don't have enough room for all these bags, we're going to have to check some, then it's free.
Now, here's what I will say on that, because this is the crazy part, right? So when I flew to Vegas, everything was fine on the way to. On the way back, they overbooked the airplane.
Oh,
And then
shit.
guess what they told me? You have to pay to get your bags on the plane. I said, excuse me? I said, I already paid for my ticket. They said, yeah, but we can't fit your bag on because we overbooked, so you need to pay $200 for that bag.
Well,
I was
shit, you
like-
better get my bag where it's going.
I had no money. I had just gotten back from Vegas. I was coming back broke. The only
Yep.
reason my stuff came with me, because we were panicking. We only had like 40 minutes before the plane took off. And they were telling me I needed to figure out how to get the bag on, or I had to leave it where I was. I was like, what kind of bullshit is this? What are you people doing? And they were like, well, we're sorry, but this is the way it is. I flipped on them. And I'm pretty sure it's Delta, so I don't want to fly through them again. But whatchamacallit, so some lady who was on my plane just whipped out her credit card and paid for it for me.
Damn.
$200 dropped it. I was like, I literally cried. I could not believe it. I told every flight attendant what she did. I was like, if you can give her anything for free, tell her thank you, because the only reason I have my clothes is because of her. Like, I was just,
Yeah.
I was not okay. You'd
That
never
was
been on
fucking
a
nice
plane?
of her.
It was really nice. Like, I felt so bad because I could tell she felt awkward with how grateful I was, but I mean, bro, how expensive are fucking luggage to begin with?
Well, to pre-check it, it's $70, or at least through United, which is how Sheep and I were flying down to Houston.
Yeah.
It was $70 a pop each time.
Oh my gosh. But I'm talking about just buying luggage. Just buying the luggage itself
Oh.
is expensive.
Yeah,
So
that's
I would have
true.
to lose the luggage and all
Yeah.
my stuff. So then I would have to go home. That's easily another $300 or $400 worth of
Mhm.
stuff that I got to replace. Oh yeah, Chaco, have you ever flown? It's expensive. That's the main issue right now that we're having for going to Vegas is we have everything else paid up. We slowly paid off everything else. The only thing that's left is the plane ticket, and that's where we're having the hardest problem. What
Yeah,
kind of-
I'm kind of in the opposite. Sheep and I are going to the Geeks and Gamers meetup in Orlando,
Yeah.
and I've got the plane ticket purchased. I'm working on paying that off, but the Need to find somewhere to stay still.
That's gonna be hard because you're staying in Orlando. That is an expensive town to stay in.
Yeah. It's making me sick.
And Chaco, the reason why it's so easy to fly in your country is because your entire island system, we could fit 20 of them in my country.
Probably more than that.
I can fly to the UK, yes, but honey, you're not traveling, like, from here to Vegas is like 3,400 miles. Something like that.
I mean, I could drive to Orlando, but it would take me like 3 days.
Right.
And that's if I drove straight through and didn't stop overnight.
You have money for food, I assume. Yeah, we have money put aside for the food. That's the thing. Like, if we take the money out that we have put aside to eat, we could pay for the tickets and we'd have no money for food.
And food's half the reason to go.
That's so fucking true. I knew I was doing something wrong. I'm putting her shoulder all the way back here.
We lost Leon.
That's what he does. He'll randomly come back. He is very much
He's mercurial. He's
he
very
is. Mercurial. Yes, I would
Yeah.
definitely say that. I would liken him to a cat.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He will just walk in, he'll put his asshole in your face and be like, "Look at it, motherfucker," and then walk out and be like, "I'll come back later. I might like you then."
Yep, exactly.
And I love him. That's my nephew. Some people think we're actually related.
Well, I
That's
mean,
the funniest part. But going back
I do have a second cousin who's black, so
Yeah, people always think he's my actual nephew. I'm like, no, guys, it's a joke. It's a joke. Fuck, you need to find someone. Whoa. Oh, someone. The never mind. Construction. Never mind. I thought it was a song, and I was so confused. But
yeah, I do, Arkasul.
Combo that we had before we were rudely interrupted by someone who was bored by it. So now I know you have cats. So you didn't want outdoor cats. He forced his way out, and at some point you just are like, ugh, I give up.
I mean, I've had cats since I was like, well, forever. I've always had a cat in my life.
Yeah.
So, and I've just, over the years, have come to the conclusion they live longer if I don't let them go outside.
Just a little bit.
And so, you know, the cats I've had for the past 10 years or so have been indoor cats. But with the dogs, I like having a doggy door. Now, initially, this isn't a big deal because, you know, the cat doesn't really get too curious and you're fine. Well, Vincent is just not that cat. He is a very curious cat. So, you know, he managed to get out the doggy door one day and I figured, fine, you know what? They have these, I'll just get the little shock collars and the disc to keep him away from it for a little while and it'll be fine.
Nope.
No, that goddamn cat. He figured out that if he ran fast enough, he could get through the shock and the door and the dogs and be outside. And at that point, you know, it's like that is not a breakaway collar. I don't want him outside in that collar.
Right.
And so at that point I gave up and said, fuck it. If you're going to do it, you're going to do it. And so now he basically comes and goes as he pleases.
And see, a lot of folks don't realize that. So, like, for instance, most folks don't realize that cats have a sympathetic immune system. Not immune system, nervous system. So what that means is when they feel pain, their nervous system will automatically shut off extreme pain. So if the cat knows it's coming, he knows what to prepare for. And electric shock typically doesn't work on them too well after a few times. I mean, obviously, a large electric shock is going to work. You know, don't try
you don't want to electrocute your damn cat.
You don't want to electrocute your damn cat. But I have found that they really don't react the same to them. They don't like it on their face, obviously, but no, I've had a lot of people sit there and tell me, well, cats like going outside. Now, obviously, in your situation, because you had that, you know, it was a extenuating circumstance. And I've had friends who literally got mad at me. They were like, Cassie, you're being such a know-it-all. My cat enjoys going outside. I'm like, okay, so what if it enjoys going outside? I'm not going to deprive it of what it likes. It also likes living.
Yeah.
That's something it enjoys. And I think you don't want to deprive it of that.
Yeah.
And
I mean, better example is, kids like eating dirt. You gonna let the kid eat dirt?
well, I was gonna say, kids like eating ice cream for dinner every single night. Are we gonna let them do that? Is that how we're gonna do this?
Yeah, I mean, just because something likes something doesn't mean they get to do it. I mean, Vincent's literally because, well, for one, it's much easier in my life for the 5 dogs to be able to take themselves in and out of the house.
Right.
And on the plus side, I will say he's not like a lot of other cats who will wander, really far away. He's always easily within shouting distance of the house. I could step outside right now and go, here, kitty, kitty, and he'd come.
Okay.
And he mostly lounges under the neighbor's porch and gets on top of the garage. And I think he fights with the squirrels. But other than that,
likely, but be careful. Don't die. Have fun. Most cats will fight with most. Like squirrels usually don't end up being afraid because they're tough, man. People don't realize how dangerous they are, and they are carnivorous, which I think is hilarious. When people sit there and look at me like that vegan teacher, do you think your dog wants to eat that cat? Yes. As a matter of fact, I do.
Yeah.
And like I just got through, so I promised people that if I made 9,000 followers, I would absolutely make an animal series. Well, I recorded it all. I forgot a couple of things that I realized after, so I'm going to add them in the after editing. Like I didn't mention hearts and sergeants and flea medication and stuff like that, which I should have. PSA: never use a single thing by hearts, ever, at all. If you do, you run the risk of your animal literally dying a slow, horrible death. I know, I witnessed it firsthand.
No, thankfully I live in Montana. I don't have to give them heart medication. Heartworm is not an issue up here.
Oh no, hearts is not a heartworm thing.
Oh no, I understand, but I know they also do the heart, the medications and stuff.
Everything. Hearts does food, treats. They do this shampoo, and the shampoo has been the number one killer for most animals.
Really? I haven't seen their shit in so long.
It's been such a long time, but ever since the early 2000s, I've been hearing how cats and dogs have been dying from seizures. Other animals that have used it for long periods of time but not died have tumors. It's bad. But whatchamacallit, going on to the other pet part of it, I will say that ever since I got my house, having the dog yard, I don't have a doggy door for numerous reasons. Because I live where the banjos play and I don't need anything coming into my house. Especially like a copperhead or anything else. So so they go in and out when I allow them out. But nothing is better than not having to walk my dog for his poop every single day. Because when Orion needs to go to the bathroom, Orion needs to go to the bathroom, and he's not willing to wait.
Yeah.
Squirrels Heckin says, hi, Heckin.
I live in a nice place as far as critters go. I guess a squirrel or something might get into my house, but I've got these 5 little dogs. So I'm not too worried about how far it's going to make it into the house. I'm just more concerned about the mess I would have to clean up.
Oh my god, my cat skinned a mouse once. He skinned it and left the pieces for my mother to find.
Oh god. No, I walked into the kitchen one day, and this was shortly after I'd got my oldest cat, Alex. He was, and part of the reason we got him is because we do get mice. We're not out in the country, but it's not exactly a big town or anything either. So there's a bunch of field mice that'll get into your house, and we don't like to put down poison because we don't want to accidentally poison somebody else's cat. Which is what I make sure I don't do. Yeah, and so we usually use a combination. We'll put mint throughout the house, and we have cats. I mean, problem solved. And so I walk into the kitchen shortly after we got him, and he's standing in the kitchen, or sitting in the kitchen, shaking his head. He shakes his head towards me, and the mouse goes flying and hits me in the leg. I'm like, God damn it.
Oh.
So I grabbed it and picked it up and tossed it.
See, so for me, Axel is my best hunter in the household. Zorro is a good insectivore, but Axel is the best overall hunter. Daisy used to be a good hunter until she became spoiled from being inside, and now she don't hunt at all. Her hunting track record is, oh, is that strawberry Danish, mommy? I want that. Because my two street rats are Axel and Daisy, and I'll tell you what, they certainly act the part. They love street food and human food that they're not supposed to have, because
Oh yeah.
and whatchamacallit, Axel always seems to find prey. So, like, again, I live out with a banjo play, and obviously if I live on a property with like a billion trees, the cucarachas are going to come in. And every time one of those, as they call them, palmetto bugs, but they're still a fucking roach. Anytime one gets in the house, Axel's the one who finds it. But Axel wants to make sure you know that he got it, and he wants to make sure you get a bite of it. So Axel will take off a leg or two and then leave it on its back. Or he'll only leave it half dead. So you can find it later. And
he's just trying to teach you to hunt, Mama.
I know, right? He's so worried I can't feed myself because clearly I am malnourished. And it was just like, it's so funny when I catch him in the act, because I'm like, you're either going to finish it off or I'm taking it from you, sir. And he will run with it, and then I'll find the half alive carcass later. Or I just pry it from him and throw it outside.
Yeah.
No, like when it comes to animals though, like, now, were you always from Montana or did you move there?
I mean, I was born in Montana, but my father was in the Air Force, so I moved around a whole lot until he retired, and we came back.
Okay.
So.
And your boyfriend, he's not from Montana though, correct?
No, he's from. Well, I got him from Atlanta.
Oh, that's where we picked him up.
That's where I picked him up.
Oh gosh. And what did he say?
I don't think he said anything. He's not paying attention to me right now.
I heard.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
And whatchamacallit?
What's up?
Like,
Nothing. You're good.
I heard Atlanta.
Funny, man.
I was telling him where I picked you up off the side of the road so that I could get myself a black man.
Stop lying.
We know what you were searching for, sir. You wanted that token white woman. I think he's like, I'm not even getting part in this conversation today.
Oh, he can't even hear you, so unless he's listening to the stream, and I don't think he is.
No, I'm not.
He's over there doing his own work.
He's doing his own thing.
Mm-hmm.
But whatchamacallit, I found that down here, at least when I first moved down here, people not only did not care about animals, they actively wanted to hurt them. Now, I don't know how long you've been an animal-obsessed person.
My whole life.
Okay, so then let me ask you something. What did you ever see the mentality change? Like where you live, were they always like that, or?
You know, it's kind of an individualized thing for me. I've never been anywhere that specifically everybody there didn't care about their animals. Out here, I feel like it's a little different because animals are a combination of family and work companion in many ways. I mean, they're a tool and for some people, they're just a tool. For some people, having a cat's just a matter of, you have a herd of feral cats outside that keep the mice out of your barn. Right. But they do tend to do things like, put down cat food in the winter and make sure they have warm places to sleep outside.
They don't care enough to worry about the cat's well-being. They just hope that the cat stays alive long enough to do the job.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. Like, if they see a cat that's obviously in pain or sick, they will trap it and take it to the vet.
Oh, that's more than what they do here.
Or they'll shoot it, depending on, it can go either way, depending.
See, where I am, if the cat is sick, they're like, just throw it to a dog.
They don't do that here because, for one, you don't want to throw a sick animal to another animal because you might make that animal sick.
Yeah, again, they don't care about the dog either.
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm trying to figure out, because I have found living in the South, they not only don't care about any of the animals, but if the animal is not like, they hate the idea of inside dogs,
Oh,
inside
yeah.
animals. Like, everyone here looks at me like I've got 10 heads. We don't do inside animals. I'm like, congratulations, so you're heartless.
That's yeah.
But they believe in owning the animals and having the animal protect all their shit.
Mhm.
I'm like, so you want the animal loyal to you. You want the animal to protect your property. You want the animal to do what you want, but you don't want to respect the animal in any way. I've been told that I am disgusting for, different stuff. And I always ask them, I'm like, okay, so what do you want your dog to be? And they'll kind of look like I have 10 heads. I'm like, tell me, what do you want your dog to be? Do you want to be a protector of the household? Well, if you want that, then the dog's going to have a household to protect. But if you're taking the household away from the dog, why should it protect your household?
Yeah, I've met people like that, and I don't get along with them. So I don't even.
Oh yeah, they're not people like many of the people that tell me that. There's only an exception. I have one or two, and it was religious for them. Like, one of them said it's because in their Muslim religion, animals aren't allowed in the house, and I'm like, I guess I still don't agree with it, but I guess.
No, from what I understand, Muslims in general consider dogs dirty.
I think so. I think so. They have all animals are dirty, and the way they slaughter them, it has to be halal.
Oh
they
yeah,
have
they
to,
have to.
They have to do a certain procedure, which I will say the halal practice I am not against, because essentially halal is the animal can't be tortured while it's being killed. It has to be killed
Right.
in a proper way.
Well, it's the same thing with kosher too. So
Right.
They have to kill them very quickly in a very specific way with an extremely sharp knife.
Yes.
So yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. In my mind, the faster you put the critter down, the better for everybody. Stress hormones will actually affect the taste of the meat. So
it's very true. It's not that I'm upset that I love the photo. She needs to finish her homework.
She said she finished it.
Did she have you look at it?
I looked a little bit at it. I don't understand exactly what it's fun.
All right. My husband showed me a photo of my niece who is passed out on the couch, and Orion is laying on her legs. Let me see if I can show everybody. Like, they are passed out. It's so cute. Send that to Kayla. Send it on Facebook, sir. Why do we keep saying this if we don't have fucking Facebook? You mean Bublito?
Is the frog here?
The frog is not here yet.
Oh, never mind.
Here, I've got my middle child, and I've got my favorite child. My brother-in-law rescued so many animals when he was living in Qatar. He also got a guy fired when he kicked my brother-in-law's dog. Yes, we love your brother-in-law.
Good man.
Huh?
I said that's a good man.
It is a good man. Because, like, again, like, as an owner of pit bulls, I forgot, what type of dog do you have?
I have smaller dogs. I have 5. Well, I take that back. I have 2 beaver terriers, 1 beaver terrier mix, a Yorkshire terrier, and something that was sold to my brother for my mother as a Bichon Frise. But I will tell you right now, he is part Bichon, at least. But I'm gonna. Pretty sure he's also part Basset Hound. The sad thing is that dog's got papers.
You know how the AKC works.
They don't.
Exactly.
That's nothing more than a pretty group to belong to convince other people of your legitimacy.
Oh my god. That's like, let's get into that. Like, a lot of people, when I explain to them about inbreeding, like, because a lot of people sit there and go, how can you like pit bulls? They're so vicious. I'm like, it is not vicious. It is, whatchamacallit. It is
It's typically stress.
Neurological issues.
Yeah.
And when I tell them this, they look at me like I got 10 heads. I'm like, why do you think dogs look a certain way? We'll get into that one, Ice Princess. I do think people definitely make horses more delicate than they need to be.
They can, yeah.
Yeah. Inbreeding to keep the bloodline pure. Exactly, but does it really keep the bloodline pure when your dog cannot breathe when it reaches 75 degrees outside? Is your
Right.
bloodline really pure when your dog's back legs are so short and its spine is so unaligned that it cannot even live a full life?
Is your dog really pure when it has so many skin allergies that it literally is scratching itself out of its fur because it cannot possibly manage to survive due to the fact that they have constantly rebred these animals into other animals with issues, only amplifying that issue and causing new issues.
How about the fact that there's an entire breed of dog where it is standard to give them an operation at 2 years old, or they will die from their own stomach being misaligned? Hello,
Ugh.
Great Dane. Like, people sit there. How about the fact that every teacup chihuahua you guys meet has a tongue that doesn't fit in its mouth? Do you know
Oh
why?
my god.
Do you guys understand why? Because I know horror knows. Because the evolution of the dog becoming so small so quickly means that its tongue has not caught up to it.
Yep.
My family
I
has
hate
been
that.
breeding for 1,000 years. I live in Mississippi. I like that.
What are we yelling about? We're yelling about the fact that people don't put enough thought into the animals that they own.
Exactly.
It's no different than people in some ways. I mean, it's part of what drives me crazy is people put absolutely no thought into what they're doing and what they're buying, and then the people out there who are willing to make money off of the suffering of something else. It's disgusting.
Like, creating an animal purely for, like, people get mad, and I know a lot of libertarians that are friends of mine get mad at it. I don't believe in owning a snake, and I don't believe in owning most birds, and I don't believe in owning most fish. And people ask me why. And I say, because if you only own the animal for your pleasure, the animal gets no benefit of it, and the animal gets no enjoyment out of it, then why do you have it? Well, snakes bond. No, the fuck they don't. Snakes tolerate. Fish are literally trapped. Birds, you've got to take off some of their feathers just so they can stay in a cage with you. Like,
I will say in at least the case of the fish and the snakes, they do receive a constant source of food.
They do, but my thing is, a cobra would much rather be in the wild than in your box.
Oh yeah.
And the thing is, I get horticulturists, and not horticulturists, you know what I mean. I know that's not the right word for it. I get people that keep the snakes for venom reasons. I get that, because you need to milk the venom. But the thing is, snakes do not bond in the wild. Some of them may be social, but they don't bond with people. They don't have any need to. They have no instinct for it. That includes boas. We've only been breeding them for captivity for 100 years. Whether you like it or not, they don't like you. They literally herpetol. Thank you, Ice Princess. I knew it was an 8. With some birds, if your bird can fly free, like Cher is saying, all day long, that's great. But most birds cannot. Like, people keeping finches, you're an ass. I'm sorry. Finches don't like people like that. They're not inclined for it. Having insects is a whole other thing. Spiders, tarantulas, they don't like you. Just, why you gotta keep them?
Well, one of my favorite people, one of my favorite followers is a biologist who specialized in spiders, and that's why he keeps them. He has a tarantula. He's trying to convince me that spiders are okay, and I keep telling him that's not going to happen.
That is not going to happen, no.
No.
And that's the thing. It's his job. He does that. That's what he does for a living. But I'm talking about people like my dad. I told him, I said, you're kind of stupid that you wanted it. He's like, well, I liked him. I said, okay, and that's great and all. The tarantula doesn't enjoy it.
No, tarantula doesn't want to be there.
No, the tarantula wants to be wherever if you leave that thing open, the tarantula is going to leave and go wherever the fuck it wants. And that's like where I go to. If your animal chooses to stay by you, and not like when a dog runs off, because obviously dogs are going to run off sometime.
Dogs are stupid occasionally.
To be in captivity either, honestly. Because the thing is, most people, even if they think they're doing it right, most people don't know how to raise animals. Do you know why most hamsters, gerbils, and rabbits die young? Because nobody feeds them or houses them properly, but people think they're doing the right thing. Like betta fish are supposed to live for up to 8 years, but their
Yeah.
average lifespan is 3 years. Do you know why? Because everyone sticks them in the wrong kind of tanks.
Well, yeah. Yeah, no, I used to have, my father had a really nice fish tank. We had a South African clown knife fish for a number of years. And that fish, oh my God, that fish. He was probably 6 inches long.
Wow.
And, he lived in a 50 gallon tank. That fish managed to survive a move from North Dakota to Montana in a bag that leaked. That poor fish. When we got here, he had maybe like 3 inches of water.
Oh my God.
He was laying on his side. The fact that he lived is astounding. But
that's fish.
Yeah, no, he was a tough ass fish. He lived for a good 10 years.
But see, again, the move is the only reason he had a rough time. But your father kept him proper. But it's like Cher just said, the budgie subreddit. Do you know that what we call parakeets here, everyone calls them budgies?
Mm.
They get absolutely tortured in the pet industry. They get absolutely decimated by the pet industry. And that's why I tell everyone, like, but I have friends like, I want a monkey. I'm like, no, you fucking don't.
No, you do not. Oh God, no.
Like, they're like, oh, I want to get a chimp. No, you fucking don't. Like, you can barely handle a dog. No. And that's the thing. Like, people who get, like, the thing. And again, I'm very controversial. Like, people, if you think I'm controversial just on fat issues or on politics, oh no, I piss people off everywhere. Like, it doesn't matter what the subject is, I'm pissing somebody off.
Oh yeah.
Because in my mind, it's a logical explanation. For instance, I hate hybrids. I despise that so many people have hybrids. There is no reason for a Savannah cat, none whatsoever.
Yeah.
And the people that get them, like, do you know how many African servals went missing last year in my neighborhood? 5.
Why do they have? Oh, never mind. You know what? Never mind. I don't want to know the answer to the question. I don't.
These are people that keep the African servals in houses my size. I live in a 1,200 square foot house.
Oh shit.
And they've been trying to keep it with smaller animals. Then they go and get Savannahs. Even a G5 is going to be a tough cat for you to handle. And these people go and get these animals. They don't know how to raise them. And then what happens is they have to give it up because it's killing Fluffy or it's biting the kid.
It ate somebody's dog, yeah.
It ate someone's dog. And whatchamacallit. And then next thing you know, they toss them outside just like everything else. One of the reasons I don't believe in snake ownership, they had to ban snake ownership in Florida. Why? Because people kept throwing their fucking snakes outside, right?
Yep. Flush them down the toilet and you end up with people who have snakes in their toilet. That's not a myth. That's a thing that happens.
That is a thing that happens, especially if you have a septic tank. Guess what, guys? Snakes can get in your septic tank and crawl up through your toilet. And that's the problem I have with everybody. Do you know that the African boa is one of the most aggressive boas on the planet? And it has intermingled with the native boas in Florida. Look at iguanas. Iguanas are an invasive species in Florida. They're not native to Florida.
No.
Those happen because people dumped their pet iguanas and they thrived. I think they're logical, but I think you're extreme in how you think it should be solved. I don't say cull the animals, but I do think that most animals shouldn't be owned. I just don't. There's no reason. The only reason those animals exist is because someone sat down and said, I think I can do it. The liger is a perfect example.
Oh, God. Like, why? Seriously, why?
Exactly. Why? Why would you make a liger? Does anyone in the comments know why the liger is a mess on humanity and animals? The animals should not exist. Does anybody know why? Because I know Horror knows.
There's absolutely no reason to cross those two breeds. And what's even dumber is, you breed one way and you get something different. You breed them you breed male to female, the male tiger to female tiger, you get something different. You breed then you flip it and you get something different. It's like, okay, a great example to talk about is horses. If you breed a horse to a mule, Is it a horse to a mule?
Mule to
Yeah,
a
I get them all. I get them mixed in. You get a mule, but it depends on what you do though, because you can also get a henny.
That's true. Although I've never seen one.
I have. It's actually a really weird looking animal.
Wait, spell it again.
Henny, Hinny, I think is how it's spelled.
Right.
But one, if you do, it depends on which way you go. A male horse to a female donkey, I think you get a mule, and then if it's a male donkey to a female horse, you get a henny. No, that's henny. That's HI. That's the wrong thing.
Oh, they do look weird. Oh,
yeah, they are. Now, and the thing to remember is that they are sterile.
Exactly. I mean, they're pretty. But so mules are like the most effective hybrid out there, only because at least they rarely have medical issues. However, just like with ligers and almost every other crossbreed like that, they come out sterile. Why? Because even nature's like, no, you ain't having more.
We ain't supposed to be doing this.
Yeah. Ligers come out with massive gigantism. They have health problems, breathing problems. They die early. They're just... If you watch a liger walk and the liger just tries to walk 10 feet, I get short of breath just watching them because they're just so massive. I don't own my pet. I take care of her. I do research before you get any animal. But that's the problem. We need to punish and implement proper policies, but we have. And the problem is that doesn't change the black market, heckin'.
Yeah, no, you can't legislate the black market. People are going to do stupid people shit no matter what you do. I mean, I agree with Star in many regards that, you can't. Many animals are not meant to be pets. There's a long process in domesticating an animal. It's why cats are still only just barely domesticated.
That's why when you need a feral dog, there's rarely called a feral dog because they almost always come around. Whereas there are cats that you will never tame.
Yeah, because they're wild cats. They are not cats. They're not your house cat. It might look like your house cat. It might have one day been somebody's house cat. But everybody's cat is literally like 3 meals away from being a wild cat.
Exactly. It's very rare that you have a cat that couldn't at some point. Obviously, if they get thrown out at first, they might not make it in a few days. But how do you feel about mules? We just said that, Moon. Like, mules are the only one where at least the animal comes out not full of health problems. But
and they have a purpose. And mules are an actual productive animal. I mean, it can't reproduce, but it's healthy. It will live a long life, and it has a purpose. What purpose does a liger serve?
It's purely
absolutely
just
none. It's because somebody one day sat down and said, "I think I can do this," and they did it, and they didn't need to.
And that's the problem that I have, guys. Because the thing is, it's never a matter of, like, for instance, cats. When you have a cat in the house, everyone says the same thing. Well, I've got a cat, so at least I know if a mouse or a bug gets in the house, the cat will take care of it. Plus, the cat will actively seek you out. Dogs, same idea. But do you know that if you got a wolf, the wolf will not protect your home?
Oh, hell no.
The wolf, people don't realize wild animals have one thing to worry about: themselves. They don't give a shit about you. And that's the problem that most people just aren't understanding. When you take in these animals, you bring a host of problems. And then afterwards, like for instance, if you own a gator, if you own a snapping turtle, if you own a large boa, there are people who have had boas. Like one guy, he said every single night he laid and slept with his boa, and this boa would stretch out next to him. He thought the boa was loving him, and then his vet said, "No, he's measuring you." Like, guys, there's only a few animals that want to bond with people. Horses bond with people, but guess who doesn't? Zebras. You know why? Zebras don't even bond with other zebras. There are zebras that if they smell the wrong relation between the zebra, there are zebras that'll drown colts and foals.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you guys don't understand. We sit there and try to pretend that animals have this thing. Like, I've got a friend, I love her dearly, and she's like, my snake loves me. I'm like, he doesn't. You can believe it all you want. She's like, can I just believe it? I'm like, believe it all you want, but he doesn't. If you died tomorrow, he would burrow in your chest cavity. He
Yep.
does not care about you. And even to an extent, if my dogs got hungry enough, if I died tomorrow and my husband and I were in this house dead, after a few days, guess what? Orion and Greta would get pretty hungry.
Then they would certainly find a time to eat.
They'd find a time to eat. I know for a fact.
Now the
Zora
cats would
be
do it
jumping.
sooner, but that's a separate issue.
I know my cats love me, and my cats have even defended me. I've had my
Mhm.
animals defend me when they think I'm in trouble. But it doesn't change the fact that people need to stop being so naive about animals. This is why I wanted you on, because I knew that if I said these things for once, I had someone who wasn't like, what do you mean, Star? Oh, no, Star, not that. Like, no offense, but like Heckin, I know Heckin's coming from a good place.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is, whether you like it or not, it's the truth. You don't need to have every animal as a pet. And this is coming from an animal hungry person. I love my pets. But it's like, I also understand that's why you only see me with basic pets. The only reason I'm even willing to take in Dagoos is because Dagoos were brought into this country as experimentation. So every Dago we have has a predisposition to get diabetes because they're so inbred from the diabetes research that they were doing on these creatures. They're so diabetes prone, you cannot feed them any sugar. And I mean any, not even fruit.
Wow.
Nuts and vegetables only.
Yeah, people don't, and I understand what Heckin's talking about, because no matter what you do, you're not going to convince other people to not own animals that should not be pets. You're not going to. And education is a plausible manner, but that doesn't, that's not going to, you're never going to solve the problem. I mean, there will never be a utopia where everybody only treats animals exactly as they need to be with and provides them with all the things they need in order to own them. There's always going to be some moron out there who has a tiger in their spare bedroom in an apartment in New York.
That asshole. I know exactly who you're talking about.
So,
Didn't
I
we
mean, you're
get
always
mauled
going to
by
have
it
an
and he
idiot.
was like, don't kill it.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the problem, because they make these problems. Or like that chimpanzee who mauled his owner and
Oh, hell yeah.
his friend. You know, and the thing is, why? Because they gave the chimpanzee Xanax.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you people, and I'm not saying just you guys specifically, but people sit there and I was saying it to my niece today because she looked at me, she goes, Auntie, do you really have to train every dog that you own? I was like, yes. She goes, why?
Hell yeah.
I'm like, because they're not people. And that you could see, she didn't understand what I was saying. Like, I think you just look more at the negative side. Well, the problem is, Heckin, the negative side is all sides. For instance, most people will give their pets Purina and Pedigree and kibbles and bits and all that shit, and they think, well, it's sold on the shelf, so it's okay. Do you know that most of the... So I'm going to list off Science Diet, Eukanuba, Iams, Friskies, Kibbles and Bits, Pedigree, Purina, Old Roy. All of them have contained euthanized dogs and cats, euthanized zoo animals, rotten animal from human consumption meat houses, and roadkill.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they're feeding your pets. Do you know that there are dogs and cats that have died from eating those foods because of the amount of euthanasia drug in the wet and dry food they were feeding the animals? There are animals that literally, Hara was saying it perfectly earlier. How many dogs you see with corn allergies, soy allergies, chicken
allergies? I have a dog that I figured out, I can't feed her chicken. She starts scratching her ears so bad it's ridiculous.
And the thing is, guys, this comes from how they treat it, because they're not giving your dog chicken, they're giving your dog chicken byproduct meal, which means all the pieces that weren't good enough for humans to eat, like the bones and the beak and the feathers, they grind all that up and then they powder it so that way it's sanitized, and then they give it to you.
Now, in fairness, the dog in a normal situation would eat those and would be okay eating them.
Right, but the problem is they don't process it the way that a dog could eat it.
Correct.
So this is the problem that you have. You just said all sides, but then switched to most. You know what I mean, Heckin. You don't need to split hairs about that. The point is, if you look at the pet industry, even when it comes down to when you think you're doing right, the fact is, at the end of the day, if you're not being proper with the breeding, if you're not being proper with getting your animal vaccinated, if you're not being proper with the training.
You don't even get the proper vet. I mean, there are vets out there who have no clue about small animals, who have no clue about rabbits, for example. If you don't find a vet who has knowledge in rabbits, you're not going to get the right treatment for your rabbit. And rabbits can be very sensitive animals. It's one of the reasons I personally would never own one, is they're just too fussy for me.
They require time out. Like people who want foxes, like I would love to own a fox.
Oh my God, I would love to own a fox, but I'm not going to do it.
No, you're not going to do it. You know why? Because one, even though they have done a pretty good job at breeding foxes to be domesticated animals, they're still a wild animal. And
yeah, they're not there yet.
Extremely violent.
Mm-hmm.
Extremely violent. They already tell you, if you're going to get a fox, you need to be very careful what animals you keep in the house with it. This is what I'm talking about, guys. Almost the entire, even if today there is a lot of positive, I'm talking about the pet industry as a whole has been an exceedingly negative thing for a very long time. And this is somebody who's loves animals, who's deeply entrenched in the pet industry. But I also see every single year, millions of dogs and cats get dropped off at a shelter during Thanksgiving, Christmas, and 4th of July. Why? Because people go and get these animals until they don't want them anymore.
Yep. That was the pandemic. You had so many people going out and adopting pets from shelters because all of a sudden they have all this time on their hands. So you know what? Let's get a pet. Let's do this. My vet could barely get their normal clients in because there were so many people getting new pets. And now that the pandemic is over, so many of those pets are going right this fuck back to the shelters because these people, I've got a job now. I can't take care of this pet. What the fuck are you thinking getting it in the first place if you weren't planning to take it all the way through its life? And yeah,
they don't think about that. They don't want to think about that because that's uncomfortable.
Heck, and you're kind of being silly. I'm not going to lie. For one, at least I, have not expressed any desire to place or ban or make anybody not do these things. I wish they wouldn't. I know that a law would be ineffective because the black market will always exist and people will always be stupid. But nowhere have we ever said that you can actually straight up ban everybody from doing it.
Because you can't. I mean, it's impossible. Now, granted, Heckin lives in Canada where they ban everything, so maybe
that might be part of the problem.
He's meaning that way. But the thing is, here's what I will tell you. That's just like banning people from backyard breeding. I despise backyard breeding. I despise the intent of it because the thing is, if you are not testing your dogs for medical issues, you're not testing them for genealogical deformities, if you're not making sure that in vetting every home your puppies go to, that the people have the vet checks, so they have the proper equipment. Because the thing is, a lot of folks, like every year I see dogs up for giveaway on the yard sales. And they're like, oh, well, why would somebody go through all that effort? Easy. Because at the end of the day, if they want something, they put it. There are dog fighting rings that have family that they pay to look like the ideal family. They will go to that person's house. They'll make sure it's set up properly. They will. It's not the same thing, and you know it.
It's like saying you shouldn't touch a hot stove.
Like,
just because I'm telling you shouldn't touch a hot stove does not mean I'm saying you should be banned from touching a hot stove. Don't even start that shit with me here.
That's the point. It's not the same thing at all. I understand that it may sound like that to you, but it's not the same thing, heckin'. And that's the problem that a lot of people don't understand. People don't like being told they shouldn't do it because then immediately what bristles? Don't tell me what to do. I'm not telling you what to do, but I am pointing out the logic of why it's wrong. So you can use your own logic to sit there and say, maybe it is wrong. Because that's the thing. It's just as wrong to do many other things that people do. Like she said, it's touching a hot stove. It was a very succinct way of putting it. It's wrong to do, but because it's legal, more people are okay with that. But no matter what, if it was being illegal would stop people, then there would be no guns at all anywhere in any part of a country or district that outlaws guns.
I mean, it's like saying we should make murder illegal. I mean, why haven't we just done that?
How didn't we think of that before? Oh, there was a funny thing. Someone sent me the video, and it was of a guy. He calls 911, and he's like, "Hey guys, a guy's trying to kill me. He's got me trapped in the closet." And the 911 operator goes, "Oh, you're good. That's illegal to do." And he goes, "What?" He said, "Put me on speakerphone. Let me hear the guy." And he's like, "No, I'm not putting you on speakerphone." He goes, "Put me on speakerphone." And then he gets on speakerphone and he goes, "Hey, murderer." And the guy goes, "Yeah, bruh, I'm sorry, but what you're doing is illegal. It's against the law. You can't kill the guy." He goes, "Bro, really? It's legal?" And he goes, "Yeah." He goes, "Sorry, man." And he leaves the house. And I'm like, if it was, he's like, "You good, man?" "Oh yeah, we're good now." And that's the thing. If it was as simple as that, there's a lot of things that wouldn't be happening in this world. But the fact of the matter is, why I'm saying you shouldn't is because then someone's going to ask me, well, why I shouldn't. And then I list all the logical reasons. And the thing is, a lot of people don't like how I say shit because I don't beat around the bush. I'm not being gentle about it. I'm being honest. And that's fine if you don't like it. But the thing is, the number 2 thing people don't like is that later when I'm fucking right, they don't want to tell me. I have a lot of friends who will come to me about something. I will tell them what's what. And then afterwards, I never hear about it, but I know what happened. And I'm like, "So what happened with that dog or cat?" "Shut up, Cassie." Okay, thank you. Thank you. Choco Hooligan. Choco Hooligan is a great one right there. Did you not, Choco, talk to me about a pet issue? Did I not give it to you? And you fixed it.
How are they terrible analogies? Nowhere have we. You are accusing us of saying we should ban something. You are saying because we said people shouldn't do something that we want to ban something. They are not terrible analogies. You are being dishonest.
And heckin', I love you, man, but you know it's not the same thing. If I said I wanted to ban something, I would say we should ban it. Since when have I ever not said exactly what I'm meaning? My point is people should learn what should and shouldn't be and what is and isn't effective. You can want to own a chimpanzee all you want. Now, I do believe there should be more regulations on it in certain areas. Like, for instance, here in North Carolina, you can freely go out and buy a serval. So you don't have to have the proper anything. You can just own the serval. But in places where you have to, before you can even purchase the serval, have the proper enclosure set up, have the proper food in place, have the proper exotic veterinarian in place, before you're even allowed to take the serval home. It's a little different. You don't see as many servals there. So that's the point we're making. If you want it, you should be willing to put the work in for it. And if you're going to put the work, like there are people who privately own tigers and they have an entire sanctuary for the tiger. And while I may not agree with it, I can also say that tiger has 4 acres to wander on. And it has an almost natural lifestyle. So I don't fight about those as much.
I mean, I'm not even going to go to the point where you do regulations and stuff simply because I'm an anti-government person. But I do think that in any situation, someone should fully educate themselves before they do something. And there are way too many people who look at the law and say, well, if the law says this, then that's enough. And that's not true. Your education should always come before whatever in the world, whatever rules somebody has set out. Because just because somebody has the rule doesn't mean you know the whys. And it's like, why shouldn't you touch the hot stove? Well, because you're going to burn yourself. And, okay. So then you move on. And don't touch the stove. But it's so much more to everything. It's like when I decided that I was going to breed my dogs. When I'll give you the full story. I was sitting at my job one day, browsing Facebook, and I saw this absolutely adorable puppy. I mean, just the sweetest little face you could have ever seen in your whole life. And I decided, I have the money, I have the space. I'm gonna get this puppy. It was sold to me as a half Yorkshire Terrier, half Beaver Terrier. And I'm like, I've never heard of a Beaver Terrier. So I paid $600 for the puppy. I get the puppy. I raise the puppy. The puppy's a very happy puppy all her life, except for the fact that as an individual dog, she does not get along well with other dogs. She was definitely a single dog type of dog, which is normal. Well, it's not normal. If
it's normal for her.
It was normal for her. Yeah, it's got. I've come to the conclusion it has to do with the way the breeds cross. Yorkshire Terriers can be okay in group situations, but they're a little more nervous. Beaver Terriers are a little more laid back and more sociable. Right. So you've got the two, and you put them together, and you get a dog that's just a little off. So just that tiny bit where they occasionally snap and go at other dogs,
and that's what happens when you crossbreed breeds without double checking on them, guys. Hence why golden doodles are not good.
Exactly. Just because you don't see it as the same thing doesn't mean that it's not the same thing. Anyway,
the point is, because I want to end this right now because it's getting heated for no reason. Number one, you can't tell people they're not allowed to have a conversation in my chat. That's just not cool. Because I would never do it to you, Heckin. Don't do it to anyone else. That's just not cool. Number two, if you don't like the wording, that's fine. Ask us to explain it. But the point is, we're saying that it's also common sense that you shouldn't want to own a fucking chimp. It's also common sense that you shouldn't want to have an animal in your house that can poison you. Mm-hmm. It's common sense.
Oh, and it's common sense that if you're going to have a creature in your home, or if you're going to take care of a creature, you should know everything that you can about it.
You always get spicy. So to say, he's not saying anything bad. He's saying it's fun to watch you get spicy, which you are getting spicy. Like, it is getting heated. This shouldn't be the, hey, you stay out of it, or hey, you're being disingenuous. We're talking.
Has he been in my Twitch?
Heckin's a friend. He's been around. He's been in everyone.
Oh, no, Argasul said he's not a mod on Horror's Twitch, and he does the same thing there, so I may not know who else he regularly is. But I think it's rude to insinuate that I said I'm going to ban something when it's not what I said. So
it's not. We're just talking about the logistics of it. But continue now. So,
hey,
hi,
Bub. How you doing, darling? So yeah, where was I? So she was a little mentally off, but I put more effort into exploring the Beaver Terrier breed because I'd never heard of it, and I watch dog shows. I'm pretty up on the dog breeds that are out there, and I've come to I discovered that it was actually a newer breed. They had just entered the foundation stock phase of their AKC membership, and I tracked myself down a breeder in California, and I bought myself a little boy. Well, he's not so little now. He's 9 pounds, but he's a good boy.
You're like, well, the mistakes I have made have come to haunt me, but
yeah, but he's a good boy, and he's a
He's a what?
Okay, is that what? Oh, right. That makes sense, Arcasul. I was confused where you're going. He's a good dog. He's very friendly. He's outgoing. He's got these big, bright, shiny eyes with his, tall ears and his perfect tail. Other than the fact he's a little big, conformation-wise, he's really a perfect dog. And here's where I made a little mistake. He was 8 months old. My other dog went into heat, and I ended up with puppies.
Oh, yeah.
So, didn't really mean to, was not on purpose. She was not a good mother. She was okay. She fed the puppies. She didn't fall asleep on the puppies. She didn't eat the puppies. So she had that going for her, but she didn't really care about the puppies. If that makes sense.
Well, she had that going for her. It wasn't a complete waste of space. We clap for that.
Yes. I mean, she did the bare minimum, but she didn't. I mean,
did they die?
If whatever, yeah. She was not very attached to the puppies. Honestly, Rudy was more attached to the puppies than she was.
Right.
And so, I managed to get homes for these puppies. And I found that kind of rewarding because, I like finding the right person for the puppy. Because, yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, well, that's part of what it is when you're breeding animals, when you're breeding dogs. These puppies aren't, I don't have these puppies just to have puppies and sell them. I have these puppies because these puppies are part of my family. Even after they leave, if I never hear about them again, I still think about these puppies to this day. And that was 5 years ago.
But see, and that's the problem. A lot of backyard breeders don't do that. And heck, and that's being extreme. I'm just saying that understand that sometimes it came off as rude. And there's no need to say, well, I'm not going to talk to anyone anymore. That's being wicked extreme and dramatic. All I'm saying is you can't tell someone they're not allowed to talk because they're a mod. Because you didn't say that to Chocolate Hooligan and she was putting in opinions. And you never say that to Bub. So that's the thing. You can't tell someone just because they're one of my mods that they're not allowed to have an opinion about it, whether it be your attitude or whatever else. They're just a part of the stream as I am. I would say the same thing to my husband if he was getting spicy in the chat. And that's my point. Like, don't worry. When I want to ban something, I will say, I will ban something.
As would and I don't believe in banning shit, so I find that personally offensive.
It's very rare that I want to ban certain things. Like, obviously, you guys know exactly what I would want to ban, and it has nothing to do with animals. It has everything to do with babies, but that's aside.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
That's a different conversation.
That's a much angrier conversation.
We ain't got the time for today. I'm all animaled out, and that's what I'm gonna stick to. But the point is, when it comes to it, I meet so many backyard breeders. Like one of them, my friend, she went and she bought this golden retriever, dude. She went and bought the golden retriever from these people, and she was like, "Oh no, they're definitely good. They know exactly what they're doing." Here's. Are you ready for how purchasing this golden retriever went down?
Oh no.
She walks up. They are sitting on the porch. She handed them money. They come out into the porch. She never got to see where the animals were. She never got to see the parents. She didn't get to see the facilities. They handed her the puppy. They took the money and they went back inside.
Yeah.
That was it.
Sounds right.
And when she said that, I was like, really? She's like, yeah, it was a really pretty house. I'm like, okay. And he's a preacher. I was like, and
yeah, preachers can pull just as much shit as anybody else.
And I was like, he's a preacher who wanted money. And that's the problem. A lot of people who backyard breed, they sit there and they go, oh, I should have another litter in another month or so, or I should have another litter. Like, you can see it a mile away. You're coming a mile away. And see, so I go back to what I was touching on earlier, golden doodles. Number one,
oh God,
you will know by now, but just in case you don't know, there is no such fucking thing as a golden doodle.
Yep.
It is a mixed breed. There is no breed standard. There is no breed look, because I have met golden doodles that look like fucking borzoi, and then I have met golden doodles that look like poodles. I have met golden doodles that look like giant Bijons. Like, when I tell you guys, you don't know what you're gonna get. But on top of that, you have two dogs with two completely different coat types, and and just like, and I'm not trying to be
two hugely different temperaments.
Hugely different mentalities, temperaments, everything. Whether you like it or not, poodles are hunting dogs, guys.
Yep.
Poodles were designed for work. A standard poodle, that's why little poodles are so mean. Do you know why little poodles are so mean? Because they took a hunting dog and they microized it. They made it tiny. And you put all of that instinct into a dog that gets babied. So then when that dog gets babied, it gets the wrong messages.
It gets neurotic.
Right. Like a lot of people, now you own small dogs, but I guarantee you're going to know this. What is the main reason why small dogs are yappy and vicious?
Because people are stupid.
People are stupid. When your dog is barking and freaking out, you are not to be hugging it and soothing it and petting it.
Oh God, no.
They don't understand that they're not humans. They're not primates, guys.
It's
Petting
not a
and
baby, it's a goddamn dog.
And on top of that, most dogs see hugging as a form of aggression. Like, it's a joke in my family. My husband can't hug me around Orion. He stands next to us, flipping out, barking. Because in his mind, Matthew's attacking me.
Yep. Red
And-
used to be like that with sheep. It
Right?
took him a while to adjust to the fact that, you know, he's just going to have to deal with this other man in my life.
And that's something where these dogs, you have to stop treating them like they're people. These dogs don't understand what you're doing. They don't understand soothing in that way. Dogs are relatively violent animals by nature. That's why, like, when I tell people, number one, you will find at least one instance in every single breed. Look up that breed and the word mauling.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are dash hounds that have killed babies.
Oh,
There are
Dalton.
chihuahuas that have maimed
Those
killed.
things are nasty. I don't
Yeah.
care what anybody says.
And here's the thing. So, what people Dalmatians are terrible family pets. It is very rare. I have friends who have properly raised their Dalmatians, and those dogs were great. But for the most part, I told you I don't have the computer, so I'm gonna kick your ass, Edie.
No, I'm the fucking monkey.
Yes, you are the monkey.
You are
Oh,
picking
baby.
shit up.
I don't
with
want to hear
fucking
about your
feet, and I'm
play
the
on
monkey.
the camera.
I'm gonna get you a red onion and see if you like jump on my lap and start.
Now you're just hoping.
What about red onions? Listen, again, I don't want to hear the king play, guys.
He's upset because I grabbed something under the table, under the desk with my toes to hand it to him.
Just means she's
Like an episode
remarkably
of Cat
talented
and
with her
Simeon and the
feet, too.
Space Monkeys.
What a majestic creature. And here's what I will tell you guys. Like, a lot of folks have misbehaved dogs because they spend so much time treating the dog. There was a girl I knew, she literally said to me, I thought the dog would figure it out by now. I said, figure out what?
Oh my god.
Yeah, she couldn't figure out why the dog didn't know how to do all of its different tricks, why he didn't understand that he shouldn't run away when the door opens, and she couldn't understand why he pooped and peed in the house. I'm like, did you teach him? She's like, sorta.
It's like potty training a kid. You got it. Kids don't figure that out on their own.
She thought, so she'd watched a lot of sitcoms,
Oh no.
and she thought the dogs in TV, that's how they really acted.
Oh god.
She was feeding him Captain Crunch and waffles.
What?
That's what she was feeding him, and she couldn't figure out why he had diarrhea.
Because she's not feeding him. Oh my god. You
Well,
feed a
she's
person
never
Captain
owned a
Crunch
dog
and
in her
waffles,
life.
and they're gonna have the same problem.
But I mean, at the same time, her boss told her it was a Yorkshire Terrier, and I was like, okay, how big is it? She said 45 pounds.
Holy shit! That's
I
a
was
record.
like, I said, that's the biggest fucking Yorkie I've ever seen.
That's a record-setting Yorkie right there.
That's
not even a silky terrier. Oh my god.
No, bro, he was half Schnauzer.
Oh my god.
And he didn't tell
Oh
her.
my
She was
God.
expecting a 10-pound dog, and she got a 50-pound dog.
It's just for a Yorkie, 10 pounds is big even. Oh my god.
I know, bro. When she told me, I was like, "He's what?" She said, "Yeah, he's 40." At the time, he was 40 pounds. He was still a puppy.
Oh my god.
I was like, "If that's a Yorkie, then I am Victoria's Secret herself." And forget the models. I am the secret. Like-
Yeah, right. Oh my god.
When I tell you, dude, I died. I just about died. And that's the thing. It's like people, we spend way too much time looking at media and professionally trained dogs that act on a show. And people, I have realized that as a whole, society believes that stuff that's clearly designed for TV. And
Yep.
they believe it as fact. And
That
I'm
they
just
do.
like, no. Oh, there, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just agreeing with you. You're good.
And it's just like, I don't know. animals as a whole. Now, I know someone mentioned earlier about babying horses, and you wanted to touch on that. So, because I want to hear your take. Because again, I'm not used to having other people that are educated about animals talking to me. So, I'd love to hear your take because it's just kind of fun to be on the outside instead of on the inside.
Yeah. I mean, well, it's so I grew up with a lady who trained horses. And when I say a lady who trained horses, I mean she was like 80 something when she was teaching me to break horses. So
She's been around the block once or twice.
she had no there was no she was old fashioned, let's put it that way. But you know, she was still she's not old fashioned in the cruel way. She was still kind to the animals, but
Right.
she was also very, you know, this is an animal, this is not a person. You do not need to worry about its feelings. It's not going to be sad because you had to punish it.
Which
It's
is very
going
true.
to. I mean, and that's part of the problem so many people go through. But if I punish my dog, it's going to be sad. No, if you punish your dog, it's going to learn not to behave that way.
Exactly. Now, if you beat the shit out of your dog, might be a little sad.
That's a problem. Yeah. That's an entirely different thing, though. I mean, I pop my dogs on the ass.
Oh my god!
people
someone
out there-
bought a wild boar.
Wow.
Yeah, fun fact, guys, miniature pigs are fucking lie. They do not exist at all.
No.
You might have one that's heavily inbred and might be stunted in its growth, but that's a rare instance. They will still get to be about 50 pounds. Don't do it. Continue.
Pigs can make good pets, though.
They can, but they're so intelligent. It's kind of scary.
Oh my
And
god.
they're
Yeah.
violent.
But when it comes to horses, there's the things you need to be concerned about with a horse is not scaring it.
Gotta kill
Because
you.
they will knock your ass out hard and stomp you to death. But
I have seen horses kill many an animal. There's this video going around of this goose that was stepping up to a Clydesdale, and then the
Oh,
Clydesdale turned its neck sideways, and that goose just kind of fell over. I'm like, well, that's a dead goose. If he learned, his last lesson was learned.
yeah.
They went to lunch. You want to let them out?
Could you?
Come on, kids.
You might take Alicia out with you. Alicia's out with you for Flynn and Grace, or not Grace, but Sophie, just in case they come back while you're out there.
Okay. Come on, kids.
Because those are the only two I'd worry about.
Oh, listen to the helpful boyfriend.
He's a good boy.
He's a good man.
Oh,
They
they're
are
right out there.
Oh, I saw the one.
There should be one on the thing here.
Oh,
And
okay.
that's the thing, guys. Like, you know, a lot of people really just don't take into account that horses are literally huge animals that,
Ginormous.
again, even though they are trained for us, there's many horses that are wild. They're
Mhm.
not that far off from being wild animals as well.
Yep. They can. I think they're easier to pull back to domestication than a cat.
Agreed.
But yeah, they're
Because of
definitely
their size more than anything, not because of their
yeah. But when it comes to people, I mean, and I'm going to kind of spur off slightly because you can screw up any animal by not treating it as an animal.
exactly.
Too many
extremely
people
true.
anthropomorphize and project human emotions, human motivations, human thought into animals, and they don't have that. So when you have that person who is concerned about, well, my horse needs this because it makes them feel better. No, it makes you feel better.
Right.
It kind of makes the horse feel weird because the horse has no fucking clue what you're doing.
Like, people sit there and now I get having the best of the best when it comes to quality for the horse and make sure this food is good and da 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 da. But horses don't care if they have a TV in their stall.
Oh hell no.
Horses honestly don't care if you've just got plywood and hay and enough feed and thing. If it looks nice, yay, but horses don't care about that.
Horse doesn't want it. Horse doesn't care if it's painted. Horse doesn't care if it's as long as it's keeping the wind off them. Honestly, the horse is happy.
Exactly. Arcasol asked a question that I'm probably gonna have a very controversial answer on. Arcasol asks, "What are my thoughts on hunting dogs?" Because he's got friends that raise dogs specifically for hunting, and hog hunting can be quite dangerous. Here's the thing: there are dogs that were bred and whole entire breeds that were designed purely for hog hunting. Fun fact: pit
Mhm.
bulls are amongst them. And you've got a lot of sects of pit bulls. I believe Cane Corsos can be used for hog hunting. Any muscular dog that has a very thick neck with loose skin is excellent for hog hunting. Here's why: because when the hog goes to bite or gore the dog, its loose skin can catch that instead, and that way they don't get as heavily injured. That's why docking and cropping is actually good in hunting dogs. When you have a breed standard dog that gets its tail docked and gets its ears cropped because it's doing the work, that's not cruelty. When you
Nope.
get a breed standard dog that's just bred for family and is not doing any work, then it's stupid to get it docked and cropped.
Yep.
But here's what I will tell you: hogs are an invasive species.
Mhm.
And hogs are prolific. I mean, when they breed, they fucking breed, and they don't give up. So I don't see anything wrong with a dog doing what it was bred to do. I've
Nope.
told you guys numerous times in stream, Orion was bred to do a job. Orion would make an excellent hunting dog. He would make an excellent guard dog. But regrettably, Orion ended up with me when I was still learning how to raise dogs. I was
Mhm.
good by the time I got him. But had I known then what I know now, Orion would be a lot different. But what can I do? He's my dog now, and I'm constantly trying to teach him to do better.
Yep.
I don't see an issue with a dog doing its job, especially because you have no idea. The dog loves it.
Oh
Their
yeah.
their entire lives are ratting. Let me tell you something. Go watch a stream of mongoose and dogs working together to clear out rats on farms. You're
They
gonna see
love
a
it.
dog having the time of its life. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Dogs love doing their jobs. They love fulfilling their purpose. That's what makes them deeply happy. I mean, I happened to pick a breed that was bred specifically to sit around and keep people company. My dogs love that. Of course,
that's
they're
their
also part ratters. So, I mean, because of the way the breeding works, they have, a Yorkshire Terrier and shit back in their breeding a little bit. So they also love chasing small animals, unfortunately, for the cats.
Mhm.
But
And see, a lot of folks don't realize that. Like, except for like a couple of breeds, most of the dogs, like even Yorkshires, at first they were bred for a job. That's why their fur was cut the way it was.
Yep.
And then over time, they became lap dogs. Cavalier Kings, Shih Tzus, Papillons are the only breeds I know of that were bred purely without any other reason but to be a companion dog. There's a couple others that I'm probably missing, but those are the only dogs that I know of that were purely bred for one purpose and one purpose only: to make their owners' lives better. Every other dog has the need to please a person in their breeding, but it also coincides with instinct. That's why you shouldn't run around a border collie or a collie, because they're gonna nip your ankles. That's why you shouldn't be aggressive when you're training a cattle dog, because they are literally instinctually designed to go after aggressive animals. It's why you shouldn't have a Cane Corso unless you know how to be the leader of your household, because they will not respond to a weak owner. It's why you shouldn't have a dog hybrid with a wolf, because the problem is you've got two
very
warring
different.
instincts.
Yeah.
You know,
People who have those drive me crazy.
Akitas were designed to hunt bears. Dachshunds were designed to hunt weasels. Why do you think there's the two meanest dogs in the world are Akitas and Dachshunds? And you know why? Because both of them were designed to hunt some of the meanest animals out there. But people don't pay attention to that.
And dachshunds get so easily spoiled. Ugh.
Oh my god. So, because again, they're fucking cute. And of course they're cute.
I don't even think they're cute.
Oh, I do.
I do not like dachshunds.
Long-haired dachshunds. I don't think...
okay, I will give you long-haired dachshunds are cute.
They're
but the smooth coats, I'm not a big fan.
I have met some smooth coats that are great, but many smooth coats have no jaw. Why? Because they're so heavily inbred. Like my friend, I love her dog because she's a sweet dog. But every time I look at Autumn's face, I keep getting afraid that one good whack is going to snap her entire muzzle off because it's so thin.
Oof.
Like, it drives me crazy. You know, you've got pugs. Pugs are so heavily inbred, guys.
Oh my god, those poor things.
That's why when people sit there and they're like, I live in Arizona, I'm going to get a husky. I live in North Carolina, let me get a pug. And I want to shoot him. I swear to God. Just kidding, YouTube.
In Minecraft. She means in Minecraft.
Yes, I want to, with a water balloon.
Yes.
Or an Orbeez. But the point is, like, a lot of people want dogs because of how they look.
Mm-hmm.
But we need to create a dog breed designed to hunt and retrieve Twinkies. Let me tell you something, Linda. That's a possibility.
Cucumber, kimchi cucumber.
Oh, for breakfast? Okay.
Huskies are cute, but I will never.
Good.
Yes.
Mm.
There's so much work, Captain Fluffy Paws. So much work. And huskies, the problem is a lot of folks want them because they see these viral videos of huskies talking back. What they don't see is that huskies are naturally mildly aggressive dogs. Why? Do you not see what they are living in the Russian and Alaskan tundra?
Huskies are beautiful dogs. They're smart dogs.
Funny dog.
They're noisy as fuck. And they shed so much.
Do you know how many
It's
dogs
insane.
huskies die from impacted coat? Yeah, you heard me. Because their fur doesn't shed properly. They die from overheating from the coat.
Yep.
And guess what, guys? To clear an impacted coat on a husky can make a groomer. That's a 4-hour groom. Guess how much it's going to cost you?
Shit ton.
That's going to cost you $300 per groom, and that is 3 times a year.
Mm-hmm.
That's just to get the dog groomed. As if you don't learn it on your own. Then you've got to spend your own money on the like. This is the shit I'm talking about. People get these animals, and then they have the stupid idea to shave these dogs.
Oh my god, and that's the dumbest thing you can do.
Even worse. And that's the thing. Like, I get it, guys. And this is like, you know, what we were touching on earlier. I'm never going to ban somebody from having these animals. However, I am going to tell you how stupid you are for wanting them.
Yeah. I'm munching on cucumber kimchi.
Say it again? Oh.
Yeah, I was crunching.
I heard cucumber, but I didn't know what was going on.
No, cucumber kimchi.
I wish I liked kimchi. I wish I liked anything spicy, but I hate it all.
Oh, I love spicy food. And I love cucumber kimchi is the perfect mix of spice and sour and cooling all at once. It is amazing.
And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to believe every word you said and take you for it and never find out. That's what I'm going to do. And whatchamacallit? Linda said you only shave certain dogs when you exactly. Matting is the only time, whether it's a Newfoundland, whether it is a freaking not Malinois, you know what I mean. Any of the long-haired dogs. They're only dogs that have thin and delicate coats can be shaved. For instance,
you can.
Okay, go ahead.
I was gonna say you can shave down a Yorkie. Their hair is more like their fur is more like human hair. They have no genuine undercoat.
Exactly.
So it's okay to shave them.
Poodles,
you can
water dogs. They're okay to be shaven.
Yeah, things without it, and that's the thing is it has to be a dog without the undercoat, because what the undercoat does is it actually traps air against the skin and helps a dog keep cool. Whereas you get rid of that, you literally get rid of the way that their body regulates temperature.
Exactly, because dogs don't. Well, I mean, this should be a common thing by now, but dogs don't sweat, guys. That's why they pant. Which is another thing I find funny when everyone's like, "Oh my God, my dog's panting. He's happy." No, he's out of breath, sis. Like, your dog is having a hard time breathing. That's why he's panting.
Having a hard time breathing, stressed out, hot.
Like, that's where and again, I've seen it firsthand. I have a lot of friends who sit there who know nothing about dogs, and when they see me interacting with Orion, they're like, "Oh, that dog's annoying." I'm like, "No, you don't understand dog body language." Because like, I have friends, they've had dogs who've been violent against their kids, and I'm like, "Well, you have little kids and you have a dog that doesn't understand their body language.
Yep.
And that's what I've told people. I'm like, you have to understand that dogs don't care about words as much. You could shout no all day long. A dog doesn't know what the fuck no means.
Oh, hell
And a
no.
dog does understand when you invade their space and you stand over them and you glare them down. A dog does understand when your body language. It's
Yep.
going to know what you're saying with your body and if you're intimidating them.
Grace.
See,
Hush
Grace
up.
agrees.
You're a pain in the butt.
American Eskies were bred to be guard dogs and sled dogs. Exactly. And why were they bred that way? Because they were fighting fucking polar bears.
Yep.
You know, when those dogs, why do you think sled dogs bark, people? Sled dogs bark that way because when they're flying across the snow, whatever is in front of them, they want to make sure it gets out of the way. They're trying to avoid the confrontation and get from point A to point B.
Uh-huh.
And so that's the thing, like a lot of folks don't realize that they want the husky, but then when their husky is barking in the middle of the night or their husky is screaming because it doesn't want to have to do what they're saying,
Yep.
they don't understand why, and then they yell back and forth, and then it's a whole thing.
If you don't like a kid that talks back, you're not going to like a husky.
Bada bing, bada boom. And this is the, I personally, Orion and I, because Orion talks back sometimes.
Are they locked up here?
Helping tip, you are more likely to be attacked by a moose than you are with a dog. Yep.
Yeah, I wouldn't leave them loose just in case they come back.
I will never approach a moose.
Oh, God, no.
Let me tell you something. I love moose. I think they are cool. I think they are gigantic. I cannot believe deer come that big. Moose can stay right where they fucking are. They don't ever need to come see me. And that's, again, another problem we have. People believing that just because an animal is in a state of relaxation that it'll let them approach them.
Oh, God.
Like, I love it.
One of the fun things about living in a state with national parks is you get to hear people doing stupid shit.
Oh my God!
I mean, just the dumbest shit. Like
trying
people,
to ride dolphins, trying to pet seals, and
oh God, pet fucking buffalo. The number
When
of
that
people
one
we
got
have
gored-
a year that are gored by buffalo or head-butted or whatever is ridiculous. We had one year
yeah,
that a couple actually picked up a buffalo calf and
That
put it in their
calf died.
car and drove it to the ranger station because they thought it was lost.
and that calf died, folks.
Yes,
'cause
they
the
had to
mother
kill
couldn't
it.
Find it.
They had to kill the calf because there was there's no way to find out where it was. For two, even if they had a way to find where it was, the mother wouldn't have accepted it back because it smelled like people.
Yeah.
And
there's a
they
number of
couldn't just put it in a zoo or anything. They had to kill it.
Like people spend, and you know what? That's where it comes to a very controversial thing that people don't like that I say. Humans think entirely too much of themselves when it comes to saving the earth.
Oh, hell yeah.
We have this idea in our head that we've got to save every animal. No, if we literally just stop touching them completely, they'll fix themselves. They need zero help from us. The only help they need is that we literally leave them the fuck alone.
Yep.
But people don't want to hear that. We have this arrogant idea that somehow we're going to save it. You know, if it's a proper steward, these animals have been existing long before we even knew they existed.
Yep.
I can at least get some nice baby buffalo boots. Damn, Arkansas. Video last year, a woman who got her pants ripped off. Yeah, and she earned it.
Oh, yeah.
Every person that gets gored by a wild bison earned it. There was this woman taking a picture of an elk. Massive bull elk in the middle of season.
Oh, shit.
What
was she
full
thinking?
rut. And you could tell he was in full rut because he was showing everybody.
Yeah.
And the only reason she didn't get gored is because she made it into a stranger's car in time. So it's
People
like,
are dumb.
people. Yeah, super dumb. And that's my biggest problem, guys. You know, you've got these people who they see an episode of like National Geographic and think they understand something. Or they forget that there is life outside of their camera lens.
Uh-huh.
And they walk up to these creatures, they gotta have a better shot. Same at the beach. See now, and I just watched a video, a shark scientist just talked about chumming water. They said the main problem is when you throw chum in and bits of fish in, that they can feed on. Sharks aren't stupid. People
Nope.
try to think they're mindless killing machines. If that was the case, they wouldn't have migratory. Like, I love people say the animals can't think. They're migrating for a reason. They can think. They have this in their system.
Yep, they understand some
They
things.
understand. So if you keep throwing bits of food, that's what's dangerous. But sharks already hunt the shore because they eat seals.
Mm-hmm.
But swimming during shark season, like you said, Ice Princess, why would you do that? If you would swim during the mating season, you're asking it. It's like with Freya. Yes, Freya, that poor walrus.
Oh yeah, that was so stupid.
I was so mad. I'm like, but with Freya, they could have put her in a zoo. They chose not to look hard enough.
Yeah, no.
Because
More to the point, was she really hurting anybody?
The problem was she was damaging property, and that was enough for them.
Yeah, I guess.
And you know how people are. I mean, like, animals are cute and all until they start being destructive. Then all the things they did to cause the animal to come over to them, well, that's not, that doesn't matter anymore. Now the animal's gonna be gotten rid of.
Oh, it's like my friend. She was complaining because her boyfriend will shoot the squirrels around their house to keep them from getting in the attic, which totally normal thing. Of course, she puts apple slices on the fence to attract the squirrels, and I'm like, dude, you're literally luring them in for the kill.
Just block off your fucking roof, lady.
Well, you know how squirrels are. That doesn't always work. But she's had some terrible problems with squirrels in her attic. So, but
That, she didn't.
Huh?
No. Banana farts or dark random. She said that. What happened to Freya? She didn't deserve that. I'm like, no, you're right. She didn't.
No, she absolutely did not. That was bullshit.
This is why I always stay in my car when there's a wild. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're fine.
Actually,
Trying to see if there are more.
Linda, do we approve?
Linda? Oh, nice.
Wait, and Linda's an author, as a matter of fact. Linda is an established author, and this is Emma of Emma's Fury.
Oh, cool.
And she sent me this book, and I have a first edition signed copy.
Nice.
How cool is that? I can't wait.
That's awesome.
I'm gonna because I did these, and I'm doing a character sheet. I have to do a full body as well. Where is it? This is the sketch that I'm gonna use for Edie's.
Ooh.
I've got to get it up on the computer soon. Which that's what I want to tell you guys. I'll be ordering a new computer soon, and then I'll be able to actually draw. But this was the character reference sheet of her face.
Oh, nice.
She is a Fury. She was born 600 years ago and reborn as a Fury. But she died at the age of 35, and she was, in the time frame she lived, she wouldn't look young like we do at 35 and 40. She would look older. So I drew her as kind of like a very tired lady, beautiful still, fit, and everything, but square jaw. And so this is her, her action shot.
Nice.
New computer, yes.
Yay, new computer.
Once the financing card comes in, I'm going to look through everything and get everything all set up. I might even change how I record my videos once the new computer comes in, guys. I might start standing up for my videos.
Ooh.
Because, so I followed directions from somebody because I always make sure my clouds are in my videos, but nobody can see them now because I was told I had too much headspace. You could see too much of my background and not enough of me. So I started angling my camera down so you could see me more. And that was great and all. But nobody knows my clouds even exist, even though they're up there above flashing their rainbow lights. And so that annoys me because I worked hard on those clouds. I made them and I wanted them to be seen.
Right.
So, excuse me. So I was like, all right, then what am I going to do to So I figured when I get my new computer, one, I have cats. It's going to be a desktop with a monitor. I'm going to get a monitor arm rather than have a monitor that sits on the desk.
Makes
that way it's
sense.
screwed on, and I can raise the monitor up so my cats can't jump on it or knock it down.
Good idea.
Because we all know they will. And I'm gonna try to get a 27-inch monitor. I'm gonna get a big one so I can fucking see.
Nice.
And I figure because I have a really nice, it's a Ulanzi, and it comes with extra poles too. So I can, like, all my stuff is on an arm of a triple boom arm. So what I figure what I'll do is I will start putting all this stuff on the boom arm and work with it that way. That's my hope, at least. We'll see. Hi, Henry.
That would be cool.
That's the hope. But I don't know, guys. I think we got enough drawing done today because I don't want to get too into another one. But where's Linda? She was here all this time and now she's not here to answer.
No, Linda, come back.
Oh, Linda. But yeah, when I get off. So what are your plans after stream? Which, by the way, Horror, thank you for coming on today.
Yeah, sorry it was so late, but well, for one, I actually kind of misunderstood which 12 you meant. I thought you meant midnight. So.
Oh no! No.
Yeah, but I also had the construction people downstairs, so I had to deal with them too.
I understand completely. So let's review so far, guys. Yeah, where's Linda? While we're waiting for Linda, let's review because I'm gonna start coloring this week. So we've got so far, we have this lovely tattoo that is for Duchess. This thing
nice.
6 hours. Like, this thing is intricate.
Wow, that's gonna be a bitch to tattoo.
Oh yeah. And I gotta color it in colored pencil. Oh, that's because she's leaning over, and so I did it in kind of like a way where her shoulders are haunching, so you can't really tell her chest size.
Yeah.
If you want, I can fix that though. So I gotta fix that. I'll fix that later, Linda. I can take a white pen, readjust. Because I'm gonna try to finish these in digital, so that way they look more professional for Linda. Because this
Makes
is the
sense.
official. Yeah, these are the official artwork of her character.
Nice.
And so I gotta make sure they look good. So I've only been doing the line art for this, and I'm gonna transfer it to digital once my computer comes in. I can do that. It's okay, Linda. This is yours. I have to make sure that it's right. Like, so the reason why I have all these commissions is because, as you know, my cat almost died. And I had to recover financially from it because it was pretty bad. And everybody pulled through, and they helped me out so much, more than they should have. And so I've been working slowly through all the commissions, getting them done nicely and doing them on stream, so that way everyone can see their work, and I can try to condense it down and make a little video of their stuff being worked on.
Very cool.
So this one was for Duchess. Then we have a duck with socks and socks. This is for Black Cats.
Cute.
Banana Farts had her character. Crap. Banana Farts escapes my brain right now. Could you write in the chat what her name is? But she's super cute. She's got bi-colored hair, and she very much gives me high school vibes for me.
Yeah,
she reminds me of high school.
I could see that.
This is for Moon. This is Moon's commission. It's of her OC in a humanized style with a wolf and both staring up at the moon. This is going to be very difficult for me to do. I'm very scared. Well, let me make sure you would absolutely adore this one, Linda, and then we can go over that. Candy, thank you, Banana
Candy, nice.
This is Moon's OC with a wolf looking up at the moon in a late night field or a meadow. This was, I forget her name, but I believe she's here in the chat. Another young lady who has an office and she wants aesthetic artwork done. Cool. She gave me, it was free reign to do whatever I wanted. She just wanted me to match her aesthetic. So a lot of it was very Japanese and Asian culture. So I just did art, stylized koi and a koi princess.
Nice.
And they're all underwater, and I'm going to do the bubbles in a certain way. And let me see, what was the next one? Oh, then I tried to do Edie's here, but I didn't realize what she wanted, so we just started on a whole new page.
All right.
I got this. Thank you, Moon. And then this is for RJC. This is for his husband, for his favorite.
Oh.
It's a Dumbo Circus, which I didn't know about it.
Yeah, no, I remember watching.
I never
this.
saw it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of nightmare fuel. The koala is nightmare fuel for me. But so I have to get those words Dumbo Circus on it, and I got to get this done. This one I think I got to get done soon.
Yeah.
And there's several others. I've got a whole list. But well, listen, everybody. I think, that's all of them. That's the commissions in review. I'm going to put up some more artwork that I've worked on. Like, this one's finally going up.
That's cute.
Oh, thank you. And I might do some fan art this week. I've got to finish her. She might go up this week. Let me see. Who haven't I posted? I think the rest of them have been posted. Yeah, all the rest of these are posted already.
Very
and then
cool.
I have to redo. That's something, I'll spend the last few minutes. Guys, now that I reached 1,000 followers on Instagram.
Yay!
Hey, what should I do as a draw this in your style? I'm kind of lost. I put all of my effort into this. Like, I thought 700 was a pretty big deal, and I wouldn't have to do another one for several months.
It's funny how that works, isn't it?
Right. And so, like, I'm so proud of this one. Where the fuck do I go from here?
I don't know.
I don't know. Like, do I do a continuation of it, or should I do one of my OCs? Chat, should I do, because I know that I had a vote today on Instagram, and you guys agreed. One person said no, but everyone else said yes. That I should do coloring pages. So I'm going to do that.
That'd be cool.
So what do you guys think I should do for a celebration for Draw This in Your Style? I already wrote down the ideas for the giveaway part itself, because I know I forget them, so they're written down in an email. What do you guys think? Should I draw a continuation of the Celestial Lady? Or should I this is a Draw in Your Style. Yeah, this is on my Instagram. If you go to my Instagram, in my highlights, there's a 700. Check there, and the rules and the poster up on there. Maybe
I like the idea of an OC, but I don't know what the chat thinks.
So what a Draw in Your Style is so for instance, I make a drawing like this. So I put this drawing up, and I say, all right, to celebrate with it, make your own version of this drawing. Use it as inspiration. You can change the colors. You can change the things. Just do it in your style. So that's what I'm trying to think. Do an OC. Okay. So I have a lot of OCs. So I have, let me see. Let me show you how many OCs I've got. Let me see, where is it? I drew this for my 35th birthday. There they are. So this is all of my OCs. I have quite a few. So Cosmic OC, but I already have many OCs. But Star, I suck at art. Listen, you can do a cosplay, whatever you choose. But yeah, so I have a lot to pick from, guys. So maybe I'm gonna have to do a voting post.
Oh damn!
I have a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of these characters are at least a decade old. The newest ones are Helga and Placo. Otherwise, almost all of these are from a decade or more. Like Angel and Fang are from like when I was 11. I've had these characters.
Wow.
I have less than you, Banana. Well, I try very, very hard to make my OCs something that I feel very strongly attached to, and that I feel like I'm rounded them out properly. No, you're not coming up. No. One of my cats is trying really hard to come up right now. Well, my first OC is Angel. I did do, you know what? Maybe that's what I'll do. I have an idea now. I won't say it. You guys will see. But here's what I'll tell you guys. I'm going to end the stream a little early, only a couple minutes early, but I want to thank everybody for coming in. I want to thank Leon. when I hit 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, I am definitely going to do a thank you to everyone who has given me a chance. I'm going to do a little montage. So thank you guys so far. Like, we're not even a year, and we're going up and up and up. So I just want to thank everybody for everything you've done for me and for the support you guys have done. Horror, thank you for coming on today.
Thank you for inviting me. It's been great. I enjoyed it very much.
Thank you for being a crazy pet lady with me. Sheep, thank you for being a captive audience.
He's sneezing and drawing. He's not paying any attention.
But here's what I will tell you guys. Don't forget to tell people that are important to you that you love them and to be safe. So guys, I love you. Be safe. Have a fun day.
Hey,
I will
honey.
talk to you.
I love you.
Love you too.
Okay.
Aww. Horror, I love you. Just wanna
Love you
keep love
too.
going. You guys have a great day. Bye, everybody.
Bye.